All right. So now you must be thinking, Pravas, why there are so many files? We have got maximum 16 hours of program. So I'll let you know about it, why I have shared so many files. First of all, as I told you, for your understanding, Excel is not a subject which can be covered only 16 or 24 hours of training outline. There are so many topics, but the exact need of ours, if we can learn, so that immediately we can make a difference at your workplace. So knowledge point of view, you can gain anything which you do not know. That is, of course, knowledge is wealth. We know that. But if the knowledge you gained and you're unable to implement at your workplace, then it goes of no use. And after a certain time, definitely you may forget all these things. So we are going to discuss exactly to cater all your needs. So now the question is, for us, what you are going to teach us. Excel is not an alien tool for us. We have been working, we do a lot of calculations and data presentations, reporting, management data, and a lot of things we do, no doubt about it. But where we are lacking with, we need to bridge that gap. Like, first of all, we will learn the techniques in such a way that we can save our turnaround time. Because in today's world, time is money. Do you agree with me? Okay. Right. So whatever the task we do, how to save our time for ourselves or for organizations, whatever it is. Second thing, how to increase our productivity and efficiency on daily life when we are working with every day, something I should do and in more productive way, and how to make some value additions to the work so people would be happy watching my presentation. That will be our second factor or second agenda or area of focus. Third one, how to avoid the duplication of work, because most of the time what it happens, we do the task and when we send it across to the next level, even people spend time for rechecking the process. So this is the place where again we have to build up the confidence in the next level in such a way whatever we deliver, it should be foolproof and they should have enough confidence in our data and we can avoid the duplication of work. Fourth one, how to reduce the human errors. Like the moment we are asking people to type the data and the people keep typing, so they have got different formats, and again it creates a lot of trouble and our job becomes tedious. To collect the data, consolidate the file, we spend a lot of time. So how to prevent the errors to happen, how to control the errors to happen over there, how to design a template in such a way all these things can be controlled, and how to give a list options to the user to type the data. So all these things we are going to learn in this 16 hours. So I am not only going to teach you with all the Excel features, formula, functions, and everything. I'm also going to give you some ready-made handy solutions. So what kind of solutions, Pravas, you mean to? Like take an example, people. The moment we start working in Excel, the first and foremost challenge is about our file space management or file data management. What is the problem in file data management? See, I'll tell you a situation. Suppose say you have opened a new Excel file, you started incorporating your data. One fine morning, what happens? The file size becomes huge. And when you try to open the file in any meeting also, it takes a lot of time to open the file in the meeting. And what happens? Our audience get frustrated, they get annoyed, and sometimes they pass adverse remarks also. What kind of remarks? They say, Prabhas, why don't you do something with the file? It always takes a lot of time and keeps us waiting. So this is how it is really humiliating in the meeting. It is so embarrassing moments for us also, correct? So we do not have any idea what's the thing that has gone wrong and how to deal with the same, how to reduce the file size. We do not have any idea. And we do not want to take the risk also doing any kind of trial and error because there might be a chance of data loss. So in this situation, in this kind of juncture, what I suggest is there is a Word document I have shared across you, namely called over here, 8 ways to reduce your Excel file size. Just I'm letting you know what need to be done on this. So no need to do anything right now. On your idle time, go to this entire document. I have explained very precise way how to reduce our Excel file size along with the screenshot instructions step by step options over here. I'll tell you one situation. Suppose I take an example. I had an Excel file of 14.6 MB, huge data. When I opted this method, I could reduce my Excel file size by another 28%. Like see, some of our friends, they're already working with the HR related data, or somebody is into supply chain data, or somebody from the, take an example, some IT related records or test cases he's always checking and all these things doing. So when you are dealing with the large volume of data, it always takes time to process your data. So there, this is going to help you. So like this, there are 8 different ways we have compiled the entire story. Just go through that entire thing. You may not remember the whole step, but now you have a solution with you. It will change your perception. So tomorrow, if you come across similar kind of situation, you can go through this document and you can help yourself. So this is just to give a small helping hand to you. I have shared this document, keep it with you, and you can keep sharing with your teammates also. They can be benefit out of this. Next one, there is a file called keyboard shortcuts, one Excel file. I have shared it across with you. Okay, so I'll let you know what is that exactly over here. See, as I told you, in today's world, time is money. And if you want to save your time, you have to use the most uses of the keyboard shortcuts, because the more the mouse uses, again, it will be consuming a lot of time. So you have to take a call, you have to stop what is the earlier practice you have to take a call using the keyboard shortcuts. I know initially it will be a bit difficult, maybe your productivity gets slowed down, but trust me, if you start practicing the same on your routine activities, within 30 days you can see the lot of improvements, how your speed is also increasing and how you are getting or working 5x faster than the earlier one. But yes, you cannot remember the whole keyboard shortcuts at once. You have to keep using the same. So make a point, each and every day you should use a new keyboard shortcut. So here I have given you the entire list. Only thing is you have to help yourself. So I have not only shared MS Excel, MS Word, MS PowerPoint, MS Outlook. So whatever the office applications we use in our routine activities or daily life, all these keyboard shortcuts are compiled in one file. So you can take this, keep practicing, and trust me, this is the only way to learn your shortcuts. And you can definitely thank me later, because this kind of crispy shortcut list you will not get anywhere in the internet world. Wherever you go, you'll be finding 20, 25, 30 pages, and it will not be giving a crispy presentations look also, or not getting any interest to, or you will not generate the curiosity to learn something further on this. So this is very precise way it is designed, and what we need the most, those keyboard shortcuts only I have listed out. So make use of that, and please save your time for yourself. Now, there is one more file I have shared across over here, naming called Notepad file, naming Learn Excel Free. So you can see there are 10 website names it is listed over here. So you must be thinking, Prabhas, are you promoting any of the brands in your platform? No. Or are you the brand ambassador any of those websites? No. Why I'm sharing these websites? Because after attending this 16 hours of training program, if you have some more interest to learn something more about Excel, say where to go. Instead of following someone's YouTube channel and blindly going here and there and wasting your time, later getting frustrated, I would suggest go to all these websites, and you'll be getting a lot of healthy contents, industry-based case studies, which you can correlate at your workplace, and you can learn Excel even more better. Now, what's the beauty? The beauty is entire thing is complimentary. You don't need to pay any single penny for that to learn Excel more. Only thing is you have to invest your time. And trust me, you can get a lot of things over here. And the beauty of these websites is they are keep on upgrading the content. Whenever Microsoft Excel comes up with a new version, they also keep upgrading the new functions, formula over there in their sites. So that's why make use of all these sites. Now, one more file I have shared with you, naming called Office Repair. So if you open that, there will be 2 website links are over here. You must be thinking, Prabhas, why are you sharing the website links? I will tell you the reason. Sometimes what it happens, friends, you would have created a beautiful report. You have presented the same in the meeting. People are quite happy also. And suppose say your boss has told you that, Prabhas, this file is really good, and I am impressed the way you have done the homework and you have created this file. I really like it. So keep it in the safe custody. Next time when you're going to present it in the meeting, we are going to give some add-on to the data, and we'll be making even more better. So this time when the meeting is going to start, I open the same file. After a month or 2 months gap, I open the same file. And when I'm trying to open, what it says, Excel file is corrupted. Excel is unable to read the data. Excel is not responding. And whenever you open the file, Excel immediately gets crashed. All these problems, somewhere or the other, you would have encountered with. Now, just imagine tomorrow I have a meeting And today I am facing this kind of situations about the file. Now, when I convey this message to my boss, what would be the reaction? Think about it. At last minute, 11th hour, I am going to my boss and telling him that the file is corrupted and I don't have a backup. I have never sent the file to anybody in the email format so that I can at least get from the sent items over there. Correct? So if that is the case, definitely what my boss is going to say, he will tell, Prabhas, how can you be so irresponsible? How can you be so careless? I told you how important this file was, but still you are telling in last minute and coming to me and telling the file is corrupted. I don't want to listen anything. Do whatever it takes. I just want that file to be there in my inbox by EOD today. This is how people react. So in that case, instead of waiting for someone's support, going to or approaching to our IT department and waiting for their support, I would suggest take one of this website or link, copy like this, go to your Microsoft Explorer or Edge or go to Google Chrome, whatever it is, and paste this website name in the box. And it is going to take you to a site where you'll be getting a tool. That tool you have to download. It will take hardly only 500 KBs, not more than that. And this tool, once you download it, then you have to connect that Excel file which is corrupted, and you have to click the repair button. And once you click the repair button, trust me, it will take its own time, but 95% data can be recovered as it is. That's the beauty. It's not something I have just downloaded from internet. I'm sharing these options. I have personally used this tool and I have succeeded bringing my data back. That's why I'm thinking, I thought upon, okay, let me share this or give the helping hand to our participants also. That's why I'm sharing. So any point of time, you can make use of that. And the beauty is, entire thing is complimentary. You don't need to pay any single penny for that. But yes, there is a limitation. If you have a Excel file of 5 MB size, you will get a complimentary service. But if your Excel files exceeds 5 MB, you have to get a license of that tool. Because these guys also, they have to win their bread and butter, right? There's nothing such called free lunch in this world. You have to pay for everything. Now the question is, you can ask me, Prabhas, why did you reserve 5% as data loss? What type of data there would be a loss? I will tell you. If you have created some kind of process flow diagram or some kind of work breakdown structure diagram by taking the shapes, connectors, and all those things, there might be a chance data loss of that kind of type. But if you have some formulas, functions, numbers, alphanumeric data, anything as it is going to be recovered. So this is what the beauty of this tool. So whenever there is a need, you can make use of that, or any of your teammates may fall such kind of situation, then you can give a helping hand with them. So these are the files I told you why I have shared with you people to give a helping hand over here. Now the rest of the files, what it is there exactly, I'll tell you. We have understood in the corporate world, whatever the task we do, we have find out the most painful areas wherever we are struggling and we are spending a lot of time, and how to work around with the same so that we can make our life easy. So we have collected few samples from accounts, finance, production, planning, HR, or admin or safety, anything you say, and we have created the case studies. So those case studies we are going to discuss. I will take you through the same and we'll understand the situation or scenario. Then if this is the situation, how to deal with, we are going to discuss one by one. So we are going to start with our first file, naming called corporate case studies. So please open that file. Siddharth, could you please keep your mic on mute? If you have any queries, you can unmute and speak, no problem. So all the time, ensure your mic is on mute. Siddharth?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a request. Please keep your mic on mute because it is creating some background noise. So whenever you have a query, you can unmute and speak, no problem. Okay, I'm doing it for you. Right. Yes, Lucky, could you please keep your mic on mute? Whenever you have a query, you can ask me, no problem. Thank you so much. So here, now the moment we open the corporate case studies file, people, you can see it is lining up with our cover page. Yes, so click on the next button It will take you to the sheet called business maths. So now, yeah,
are you sharing your screen?
yeah, it is on sharing mode only.
Because I'm not able to view.
Uh, Anybody else is having the same problem, unable to see my screen?
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's not visible. The file is not visible.
Okay.
Yeah, your screen was not visible from right from the now it's okay. Now it is okay.
Okay.
Okay, I have logged in through web. So
No, that's not an issue. Whether you're okay, I'm just doing resharing again. Now you check. Can you see my file?
no, it is not visible.
Can you, I mean, what is the internet mode? I mean, it's a mobile internet or Wi-Fi?
It's a Wi-Fi. It's a Wi-Fi, and I'm logged in through my laptop.
Not a problem. So you're logging through laptop or mobile, it's not an issue. So you just log out and log in again because I don't think anybody else is having the problem.
Okay, let me do that.
Yeah, please, please. All right, people. So we have got our first sheet called business maths. You can see. So now let me take you through what are the details over here, what kind of data we have got over here. Okay. Yeah, Jiju. Now is it visible?
Sorry, Prabhas, I was out of the session for for a while. So can you just repeat in a short?
No, I have not done anything. We are about to start with our first file naming called corporate case studies. So you please open that. And now this is the first sheet, business maths. We are going to discuss on this.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So now this business math sheet, if you talk about what are the details over here, why we have created all these case studies, let me take you through. In our routine activities, people, we deal with a lot of basic calculations like our addition, multiplication, subtraction, divisions. We do a lot of many times over here, right? Now, the problem is we spend a lot of time for certain cases. Why? Because we do not mind spending time because I believe that this is the only way to do this job, and that ends up with spending a lot of time. So we have created few case studies and we are going to discuss those situations if it is there, though it is a basic calculation, how to make some improvements on that. So let me take you through the first questionnaire. We have got product or value. Say, take an example, somebody from the purchase team, he came to me and asked that, Prabhas, I want to purchase 3 products, A, B, C, or X, Y, Z, anything you name it, A of 1,000, B of 12, C of 20 to be purchased. This is what the purchase team member, he asked me. Then I inquired with one of the vendor. Vendor has given the rates, A of 1 rupee each, B of 20 rupees each, C of 10 rupees each. So now I took up this matter to the finance team to collect a check. So I told the entire scenario. Then they asked me a written question, Pravas, how much amount you need to purchase all these 3 products? Well, so I need to answer them. So what we do in that case, no need to do anything, just watch my screen. We'll go to a new column, we'll put a formula, quantity, multiply by rate, and then once I get this result, I will make a total. Then I can realize, okay, this is what the amount or check amount I need to collect from the finance team. Well, everything is fine. Whatever we do, this is how we do the job. No problem with regard to that. Now let us analyze the same situation. Our requirement is lying only in this cell. What is the point of getting all these 3 values? Is it playing any role? No. But we are helpless. Unless and until you get all these 3, this total cannot be achieved. So that forced us to create the unwanted column. Waste of time. Second thing, besides that, what happens? When you create a new column, put your formula across in the cells, the file size is also getting heavy. Do you agree with me? So when you keep creating the unwanted columns, automatically file size is also getting heavy because of that. So this is the reason why what we have created or what we have been doing, we have to make a full stop on that. So now the question is how to solve this equation. See, first 1 minute, please watch my screen, what I'm doing. So there is a cell called total cost, correct? So I'm going to use a formula over here naming called sum product. What's that? Sum product. It's a very powerful formula. Since 1985 till 2021 version of Microsoft Excel, this formula is still there. And it has got enormous power. You can do a lot of things over here. And technically, we call this formula as an array formula. So now what it demands me, array one. So I have got array one is called quantity column, not the header, just the data alone we need to select, comma. What's the next one? Array 2. So rate per unit. I can take this. So two columns we had the data, two columns input we have provided inside the formula. Now the moment I hit enter, you can notice this is giving the same value. So even though I have got 1000 entries, I no need to be worried about a simple sum product formula, how it is doing the job for us. We have got the understanding. So please give it a try and check. Is it working for you?
Yes.
Right. Anybody is facing any trouble or it's not clear? Feel free to ask. Well, so one thing I would like to tell you people, while working in these case studies, I will keep on asking a lot of questions like, is it done? Have you understood? Is it clear? Are you with me? So in that case, I would be also seeking a response from your side, just in the chat box. You have to drop me a message, Y for yes, D for done, something like that. So it will be helping me to understand you are with me. We are all on equal page and we can proceed further. So that is self-implied. Whenever we discuss a topic, if you followed, if it is done, immediately drop a message Y for yes or D for done. Okay. Now, I believe that everyone is clear with our first question. Any doubt, any queries?
Nothing on my side. It's clear.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. All right. So now we are going to proceed with our second example, naming called vendor evaluation. So we are going to discuss something on this point. Then we start working with this data. Okay. Now in any industry or organizations, wherever you are working with, our purchase department, they have their own SOP, like standard operating procedure. And what they say, what they suggest. So if at all you are working with a critical items, if you are purchasing the critical items of your organizations, and you are depending upon with a single source of supply, you are depending upon with your single source of supply, then you are running your business with high risk. So basically what our purchase SOP says, you should always go for minimum 3 competitive quotes, and we call it as technically L1, L2, L3. So L1 is nothing but lowest one, lowest two, lowest three, like that. L1, L2, L3. Okay. Now, here we have got our prices column. You can see this prices column. Kindly look at the same on your screen also. Do let me know what would be my L1 price, the lowest one. Anybody?
87, no, 99.
87, the lowest one. What will be the second lowest? That is L2.
99.2.
99.2. Very good. What is the third lowest? L3.
103.
103.
103.2. Very good. So we have got hardly 6 to 7 items. We could find out the whatever the values L1, L2, L3 easily. Now take a real-time situation. When I open the file like this, 10,000 entries I have in the prices column, and I need to find out same L1, L2, L3, what we do in that case. Can somebody give me a helping hand?
Like sorting.
Yeah, we go for arranging the data in smallest to largest order. And whatever the 3 line items turns up in the beginning, we just highlight them and we drop a mail to our superior stating that, sir, we have done the ground level of workings and we are seeking your approval so that we can start procuring the materials. So our bosses also, without having a second thought, that immediately give us a green signal, right? All these things are happening, no problem. But my question is over here, In this entire process, where is the value addition? Because just arranging the data, sorting work, anybody can do. I could have given this task to my one of my office boy also. I could have given this task to my one of my teammates even. So being a skilled person, being a department leader or head, why I am doing this kind of task which is unproductive in nature over here? We have no idea. We have never thought upon that point, but yes, this is the fact. So now you can ask me a question in return. Prabhas, what you're saying absolutely correct. We have never just given a thought on that. But I'm a bit curious to know why my boss has never objected. If it is a non-productive in nature, then my boss would have objected me. But he has never objected me so far. Why? Because you are not doing anything wrong. What you are doing is, this is what the existing practice we have in the organizations or industries, and you are following the same. So boss has never no point of objections over here. But it doesn't mean that whatever the existing practice is there, it should be the best practice. So if you feel that any point of time you can develop something, you can make some process improvement, giving a new thought over there, just go and implement. Because if you do not try, you cannot find the flavor. Well, so now I am going to take you through in this situation, what kind of improvements we can do. No need to do anything. Just watch my screen, please. See, first of all, people don't like seeing many more files. So do not create many more files while you do the vendor evaluation. Just create only one file in such a way. Maximum 2 sheets should be there. One is called our daybook. Daybook is our property. So whatever the vendor details, like vendor name, whether he's a retailer, manufacturer, trader, service provider, registered or unregistered, how much is the price? Is it inclusive of freight or exclusive of freight? How many days of credit he is going to provide to us? His email ID, phone number, everything as it is. Whatever the maximum data you can capture about the vendors, that should be there in our daybook. So daybook is our property. Okay. Now, when we are going to send it across the next over here to my boss, suppose say this file I want to send it across to my boss. So for boss purpose, what I can do, I can create a sheet called summary. So the name itself, it is sufficient. What type of information should be there? Not to be elaborative, definitely. It should be a crisp format of your data. So people don't like seeing again many more data columns. So maximum 3 to columns of data should be there, and maximum 10 to 15 row items of data should be available. So that should be the structure of my summary sheet. And there, what should be? There would be one cell naming called the products, list of products. So my boss will be having a list of products in the format of a drop down, so that he no need to type anything. He can simply go for selecting the drop down. Like say sample cases, I'm taking PR1, product 1, PR2, PR3, and PR4 over here. So suppose the total 5 products we have got over here. Okay. We have not removed the remaining rows and columns, Zijo. This is the, we have removed height. We have just made it hidden. We have never removed that. We have just hidden those columns and rows. Okay. Now, the moment we are going for this, now automatically what will be happening over here, my boss will be having a drop down, and he goes and navigates the drop down, and he can select a particular product out of this. Now, once he selects a particular product, immediately there should be 3 cells naming called over here as L1, L2, L3. Sorry, L1, L2, L3. And immediately there should be a column naming called also price. So this price column, immediately the data gets populated. How and where it is going to come from? It is going to come from our daybook. So from daybook, how the data is going to be fetched over here by using certain formulas or functions. Now, once we have found out all of our prices, immediate next column, there should be a column naming called vendor name. So who is that vendor quoted that rates? That name should be also available. Okay, that's it. This is how you are supposed to make a presentation. And trust me, when you present like this is just a one-time job. And whomever you are sending the file, he is going to retain this file for his whole life to set an example for others. See, this is called report. So you don't need to go for keep on doing this smallest to largest data arrangement all the time whenever you want to check a particular product details. So my boss has the privilege. He can simply tomorrow any other product he is looking for, product 5, he can select, rest of things will be ready. And your job, no need to touch this summary sheet. You have to keep updating only the day book. If any new vendor comes and offers his service, and if you have got registered, then that you can add it over here. If because of some reason somebody has closed the plant or closed this service, then you can delete those vendor names over here. So this is how you have to keep updating the records. Just only one file catering all the needs. Don't you think this kind of improvements can be done? What's it? So instead of repeatedly doing this smallest to largest order, whenever there is a need of procurement of material, can I go for some kind of improvement like this, kind of a template we can design, right? So we are going to learn everything. Don't worry. I will tell you how to create the drop down, how to create this kind of template, everything we are going to learn. For the timing, you focus how to get this price column over here. So this is what our focus area right now. Let's go and do that job. So now we have got bottom 3 column where this L1, L2, L3 price, we are going to fetch it over here. Okay. So first thing first, now we are going to do a little bit change in the approach. So what is the meaning by change in the approach, Prabhas? I'll tell you. Mostly we have a practice whenever there is a need, we go and create our formula in a cell. Then we go and drag it down, or we do copy paste, or we just go for select and control D, all these things we do. But today we are going to make a full stop on that. And we are going to make some improvements on that to save our time. So what to be done? First of all, selecting all these 3 cells. So please start working with me. Select all the 3 cells of bottom 3 column. Now remove your mouse, leave your mouse, leave your touchpad and go for equal to. So you can notice it will start typing in the first cell of the range. And then go for, there is a formula called small. So small is a ready-made formula designed by Microsoft. And this is going to help us in getting the price. How? What it demands me? Read the formula. Small. It asks me array. So where is the array? Either towards the left side of your formula or right side. It's in the left side. So use the left arrow key. And array, we need to select the entire price. How to select the entire price column? Control, Shift, and down arrow key. Control, Shift, and down arrow key to select the entire column. So when I go and copy this formula towards down, this array should not move down. Do you agree? When I copy this formula towards down, this array should not move down. So we need to lock them. How to lock them? We should go for F4. So F4 is the keyboard shortcut to apply the dollar symbol inside the formula reference. Now, once we go for this, what it demands me, the next is the K. What is meaning by K? K is nothing but integer or ranking. So if you talk about ranking point of view, L1, what should be the rank? The question itself answer is there. L1, what should be the rank? 1, right? L2, ranking should be 2. L3, ranking should be 3, right? So now we are looking for the same 1, 2, and 3, but we cannot define all these things together in place of K. So what we have done, we have created a helper column in the right side, that is column G, and there we are going to take the help, like using the right arrow key. Now bracket close, formula is ready only for a cell. As such, we have a practice of ending of the formula with enter. But now we are going to use control enter and see the beauty. With immediate effect, entire range data is being populated. So this is how we have understood how to make use of our small formula over there in Excel. And trust me, this is going to help you a lot in many states while creating the dashboards, templates, summary report, you'll be needing the most. So please give it a try. Any difficulties in understanding, do let me know.
could you please repeat it? Because I'm getting hash number.
Yeah, Prabhas, can you please repeat the same?
Like, as I told you, first step, first watch my screen for a minute. First, you select all the 3 cells. This is our first job. Then keep your mouse aside, keep your touchpad aside and go for equal to. You can notice it will start typing in the first cell of the selected range. Then we have to use small formula. And when I go for small formula, this demands me array. Array is there in my left side, starting from E12 to E17. This range should not move down or move right along with the formula. So we should lock it. And to lock the cell range, we have to hit the F4 key. If F4 key is not a direct command, you have to use fn with F4 key, function with F4 key. So fn key is there in the bottom line of the keyboard. Function with F4 key, you can use it. Comma. Then it is asking me k. K, I told you the integer number over here. Now, what is the integer? We have to take it. Like for L1, we have to take 1, L2 for 2, L3 for 3. Well, so we have got a ready-made column towards our right side in column G. If you see in G12, there is already a cell value called 1. Okay, that we have taken over here. Bracket close. Formula is ready. Ideally, we end up with enter, but today we are going to learn control enter. And this is going to help me in getting the data populated for the entire range. Hope this is working. Check it out, please.
The bottom 3 value is not coming, only 1.
Because you have not selected or you have gone with enter. Could you please share your screen? Let me see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked for me.
Yep. Okay.
But in the second row, I'm getting some error, like ignore error. I'm getting a drop down over there.
Okay, you select all the 3 cells where you have designed the solution.
Okay.
Then go for F2 to edit a cell, edit a formula, edit a function. Now, when you look at your array E12, is it logged? Is it applied with the dollar symbol?
Yes, I have done that.
Yeah, you select all the 3 cells.
Okay.
Then open that with F2.
Function F2, right?
Yep, depends upon the brand of your laptop or keyboard behavior. If
Yeah,
F2 is not right.
Mm-hmm.
So you can notice it is showing small and E12 to E17, then D. It is G. It's not D12. It should be G12. You have taken from the left side. It should not be D12. It should be G12. Yeah, the formula's 3 cells you select first. Yeah, there you go for G12.
I got Prabhas.
Yeah, yeah. So when you go for G12, then control enter. So since you have not selected only one cell, it will be rectified. Now rest you have to select. You have to
fine.
Yeah,
okay, I'll do that.
Control D. Control D to fill down. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Right. So I'm taking the control back on the screen right now. I believe everybody is clear with our formula applications called small and why we have gone for our dollar symbol application, because to lock the range so that when I copy this formula down, this range should not move down. Hope this is clear. Any doubt, any queries?
Nothing, bro.
Right. So if it is not clear, people, this is the time you can ask me, because when you go for one level up, I cannot come down to explain over here. So if anything is not clear from this side, please ask me. Feel free. Don't feel that Prabhas is going to make an opinion if I ask a silly doubt. I'm not here to make an opinion. I'm here to help you out. All right then. So I believe everybody is clear with our small formula. Now we are going, yeah, any questions?
No, it is clear.
Okay. So now we are going to discuss the top 3 values to find out. So here, let's go for one more thing. Top 3 values, how to identify. So bottom 3, we have used small formula. Top 3, we need to find out what would be the opposite of small. Large, correct? So now we have got another formula in Excel naming called large. We can go for large formula. What it demands me, the array. Array is there my left. I can use and control shift down arrow key so that I can select the entire array. And as we discussed already, whenever we copy the formula down, this range again, it should not move down. So what is the treatment we should give it? By hitting the F4 key or function F4, depending upon your brand of your laptop. And automatically my range is locked, comma. What it is asking, it is again asking K over here, correct? So what is the meaning by K? I told you should be the integer or number or ranking. So ranking we have got towards my left side. So I can use the left arrow key to select G12 cell. Now bracket close, formula is ready only with a cell, but we need to apply for the range, the entire range. What should be the shortcut as we learned? What's the shortcut?
Control enter.
Control enter.
Please go ahead. So once you go for this, can you see immediately top 3 values also easily identified over here?
But what is the significance of 1, 2, 3 over here? K. What is the significance of K?
That is what when you remember we have discussed L1, L2, L3. So L1 rank should be 1, L2 rank should be 2, L3 rank should be 3. So to find out my L1, L2, L3, we have to use this 1, 2, 3 ranking. So K is nothing but technically K value, literally we know K means constant as per the rule. But here K means ranking. So our L1 purpose rank we need 1. So lowest one, second lowest and third lowest. Like top 3, the highest one or second highest or third highest.
Okay.
Right. All right. So this kind of formulas, small, large and all, where it is going to be used, I told you this kind of template when you design, this kind of formulas we need the most. And you can avoid the duplication of work. One-time job, you keep your template ready. And whenever there is a need, you can keep operating from the drop down and things will be in place. So this is how we have understood. Now, the moment we have done with this, let us analyze the same situation for one more time. Okay, so please stay focused with my storyline, what I'm asking over here. Now, suppose say, this is what our friend, yep.
Yeah, this is Sarda here.
Yes, Sarda.
Yeah, instead of using this G column, right? So one of the reference column for that.
Right.
Just to take that lowest 1, 2, 3, right?
Right.
So without using this, any option is there that from that single cell we can use this and we can find out that L1 and L2 exit.
Okay, we'll see that.
That's why I'm not taking this reference.
Yes, that's what we are up to. Don't worry. Just allow me 2 minutes.
Yes.
Right. So now take an example. Suppose say our friend, say Sanjay, he has presented the same to our friend Gautam. So I'm taking 2 names over here, Sanjay and Gautam. Is there any objection if I take your name for the story, people?
No, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. So Sanjay is presenting the same to Gautam. Gautam is also watching the data and Gautam believes that this 1, 2, 3 is unwanted. Like our friend Sharda is asking a question. Similarly, our friend Gautam also having the question. This is unwanted data and he deleted the same. What happens now? Can you see? Entire formula is in trouble. So what you have understood now? The helper columns, whatever we create and design the solution, this is what our experts suggest us to do the job like this. But Excel never recommends for that. Reason is there in front of you. So now the question is over here, how to generate those values, bottom three and top three, without taking any kind of helper column. So here we are going to make our formula efficient enough in such a way, those 1, 2, 3 will be generated in the formula itself. Then it makes sense. We can save our time, and that is called as our nested functions. So how to deal with that? So please stay focused for 1 minute, what I'm doing, observe. Then next 1 minute, I'll be giving time to work out. See, first, I have selected all these three cells. I have gone for large, okay. Array is there in my left side. I have selected and we have locked. Up to this clear?
Yes.
Comma. Now it is asking K. Now it is asking K. So this is what the problematic area. So how to get this K and what we need? We need 1, 2, and 3. That's very pretty clear. So in this case, what we can do, we are going to use another formula of Excel naming called row. Naming called row. So when I go for this row formula over here, what exactly it is going to do? Let's first discuss that. Row formula is a formula which is designed by Microsoft, whose basic job is to return the row number as the answer. So which row we are trying to type the formula, you can check it out. I'm highlighting. It's row number 12. So my 12. Row formula will be giving me 12. Let's go and take a confirmation whether row is giving me 12 or not. I'll give you a proof immediately. Yes, we are getting 12. But what we are looking for L1, for the top three, K purpose, what is the value we are looking for? What was there earlier in the helper column first value? 1, 1. So for top three column purpose, we use the first value in place of K as 1. So 1, 2, 3, we need all these three, but we cannot give it at once. So first we'll be taking the 1, then automatically when you go down, it will become 2 and 3, so on. So row formula is already giving me 12, but I need 1. What is the basic mathematics we can do? Minus 11. Do you agree? Right. Now bracket close. Formula is ready only for a cell, but we need to apply for rest. We know what is the shortcut. Control, enter, and see the beauty. Without taking any helper column, we could create that answer. So please give it a try and check, is it working for everyone?
Yes, it's working.
Right. Now, once you find the large one, please go for practicing getting the small one also. So taking the data equal to small, taking the array, doing the locking, comma, row formula over there also. Minus 11 because we need 1. Control enter.
Why are we putting minus 11, Prabhas?
Because see, earlier we had 1, 2, 3. Did you remember?
Yes.
Our objective is to generate the same in the formula, correct?
Okay, yes.
So when I go for row formula, which row we are in?
12.
So row formula, if you look at, it was giving me how much? 12.
Correct.
So if I go and deduct with 11, it will generate 1. And when I go for copying towards down,
okay.
Automatically it will generate the same.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, small also coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. So Sada, clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Welcome. So I believe everybody is clear. Lucky, what's your status? Yeah.
if I'm doing if my first cell for this formula is in row number 13, so I have to put minus 12.
Of course, that's the logic.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right, people. So I believe everybody is clear. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your response. So now we are going to discuss the next question is called basic rounding of our data. Like first, let us go and discuss the example what we have with us. We have a prices column. You can see where the values are there in terms of decimals along with some whole numbers in place. So looking at the same, my boss is not quite happy and immediately he asked me, Prabhas, why don't you round up the data to the nearest one unit? So what is the meaning by rounding up the data to the nearest one unit? So what we do basically, let's have a discussion. 103.2 is there. If I need to round off, what is ideally we present it? 103. Do you agree?
Yes.
If I go for 111.5, we go for 112. This is how the things we manage.
Yep.
But how we are taking a call? One case we are going for one unit down. One case we are going for one unit up. How do you decide that? Any idea?
It's a decimal formula, like above 0.5 or 5 is the next number and below 5 is the lower number.
That is what this is what the practice we have, and this is what called logical roundup. If the post decimal character 5 or more than 5, we go for 1 unit up. If it is less than 5, we go for 1 unit down. Same thing we are going to do it now in Excel. But how to do that? Let's go and have a discussion. Here our experts, they do suggest us to go for a formula called round. That's fine. Round formula is quite perfectly working for us. I'm not denying, but Microsoft has made some improvements in the round formula. So let me first take you through the new formula. What we have right now in Microsoft is over here, M round. First 1 minute, watch my screen. M round. M stands for multiple round. So what it demands me, it asks me for number. So I'll take number from this area. Okay. Now this is asking me multiple. So multiple is having a different meaning. We are not going to multiply with any value. Multiple is something, when you look at our data, 103.2 is there. Forget about the decimal. Whatever it is there, please ignore that. Now, if I'm supposed to round off this data, it may be 104 or it could be 103. Do you agree? 103.2 is there. If I want to round off, I don't know the decimal, post decimal value, I am not aware of. What is that? If I round it off blindly, what is the value I'm going to get? Either 103 or 104. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
So for 103.2, 103 is the lower unit, 104 is the upper unit. Now, what is the difference between these two units? What is the difference between the lower unit and the upper unit? 104 minus 103 is of 1 unit. So that is what we call it as multiple. So whatever the round off is going to happen within 1 unit only, either 1 unit up or 1 unit down. That's what the logic. And this is called logical round off. Now bracket close, formula is ready only for a cell. Need to apply for rest. Control, enter. And we got our data ready. So this is how people we have understood how to write this M round formula over there. Very, very helpful. Whenever you create your templates like work order, purchase order, cost sheet, or invoice template, you can keep all these formulas ready. And whenever there is a decimal comes in place, it will always be rounded off.
Yes, it's done.
Right. Any queries, anybody? All right. So can I take that? Everybody is clear. Yep.
Yes. Sorry.
Mhm.
Because we only put one, or we irrespective of whether it is a lower value one or a higher, next upper one or next lower one, just one will do, right?
Yes, this is what for logical
Okay.
round of purpose you have to go for one, because we do not know whether it has to take the
Correct.
upper unit or the lower unit. That should be decided by the post decimal character. So that's why we have to
Right.
go and give it one.
Okay.
Right. Now, let's go and discuss one more. Same prices column. Now, my boss is asking me, Prabhas, why don't you round up the data near to the nearest 5 units? So what is the meaning by rounding up to the nearest 5 unit? Now, if I'm going to deal with the first value, what should be the answer in this? Yes, people, anybody? 103.2 is there. What should be the answer in this area?
Plus
108, you mean to say? Okay, if it is not clear, let me put it very simple way. Suppose I have created a scale of 5 skip count, like 0, 5, 10, 15, or 20, something like that. So 5 skip count or 5 jump values, I have created a scaling. Now, if I go for 103.2, which interval this is going to fall between 100 and 105? Do you agree with that? If I want to see 103.2, it is going to fall in between these two values.
Correct.
Yes, correct.
Right. Now for 103.2, which is the closest one? Which is the nearest one?
105.
105.
105.
So that should be my answer. This is clear?
Yeah.
Right. So for 103.2, 100 will be the lower unit. 105 will be the upper unit. Now, what is the difference between these two?
5.
So that is going to be our multiple. So same M round, no other formula, same M round formula, how this is going to help me. Just watch my screen for a minute. Taking the number from the prices column, comma, multiple. So multiple, I told you, the difference between the upper unit and the lower unit is of 5 units. That's it. Bracket close. Formula is ready only for a cell. Need to apply for rest. Control, enter. And we got the data. So this is how you don't need to go for multiple formulas over here. Just one formula alone is enough to cater all the needs. So that's how this M round formula will be very helpful while designing the templates. So please give it a try. Any difficulties in understanding, do let me know.
Yeah, done.
Okay.
Yeah, done.
Okay.
Here you can see only the nearest values are lower value or upper value, right?
Yeah. You can see also 87 case. You just imagine 87. It is showing exactly 85, not 90.
85. Yeah. Is there 87.5? I think it's going to 90, I guess.
You can change that. 87.5, it goes to 90, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So this is how people, question 3 is clear. Okay. Now, here, one more thing I would like to take you through is just watch my screen for information. Sometimes people ask you about that also. Stay focused with the question. Suppose this is what the data I have, and my boss is always getting irritated having the decimals in place. Why? Because at the year end, he has to always pass one journal entry to make a provision or the difference amount to settle down or to make a tally of my balance sheet accounts. He always pass a journal entry for that. And he's getting irritated doing the same. So he's telling now, Prabhas, do one thing. This decimals is always killing. Do one thing, whatever the decimals, please pass on that loss to the other side. So it's my vendor or my customer, let them bear that. We are not going to take that risk. Fine. So what is up to what he's telling? So he is telling me if it is of 103.2 is there, take it as 104. Even if it is of 111.5, take it as 112. So post decimal, ignore the characters, always take 1 unit up. This is what he's up to now. Now, how to get those values? Always 1 unit up, ignoring all the decimals, always take 1 unit up. How to take that wherever the decimals are there? Because 87, I cannot take 88. 87 will be 87 only, but where the decimal is there, 111.5, rest of 0.5, which is shortest for there. So that should be passed on to the next other hand. Like if my customer is there, my vendor is there, I want to pass on to them. So that's what my boss is expecting me to get the result in that way. So in this case, people, what we can do, M round is not going to help you. Okay, we have to use we have to use a formula over here called ceiling. Very old formula, but very powerful also. See how it works. Ceiling. So when I go for ceiling, this demands me the number. Number is there in my right. Now, how many unit up? Always 1 unit up. So it will be always taking the upper unit only for all the cases. See the beauty? Are you getting the same? 103.2. Logical roundup is 103. But as my boss is insisting me, I have to take 104. 99.2. Logical roundup is 99, but I have to take 100. So this is called your ceiling formula. Sometimes it will be also helpful. So how it works, how to get the data, we got it. Helpful?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Similarly, if my boss asks me, he's a bit liberal, he's very kind-hearted, suppose say, he's telling Prabhas, don't keep these decimals over here. Do one thing, whatever the decimals, always take the responsibility. We'll pass the year and one entry for that. Don't worry. Just take the round up only the 1 unit down value. Like if it is of 103.2, take 103. But even if it is 111.5, take 111 only. Don't take the 112 value. Well, so this is the case. If it is, how to deal with. Simple. The upper value, we took it for ceiling. What will be the opposite of ceiling? Yes, people? Floor. Very easy to remember. See the beauty. Floor, it is asking. Number. Number is there in prices column. Always 1 unit down. Significance is 1 unit down. We have to take it. So I'll go for 1. Bracket close, control enter. We got the data. So you can see 103.2 is there. Ideally it is 103 and I have also taken 103. But where it is 111.5, ideally it should be 112, but I have opted 111. So this is how you can make use of this floor formula as well. So this will be pretty helpful whenever you create your templates.
Yes, got it.
Yeah. So M round, ceiling, floor. Any doubt, any queries, anybody?
Yeah, ceiling means it's at means another round value or next round value.
Always,
right?
Always in the upper hand.
Yeah.
Ceiling means to take any value always in the upper hand side.
And for value, it's lower value.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, Prabhas,
Yeah.
I would like to understand how you are able to paste, copy and paste these formulas, because when we do that, the number appears.
Right. I'll tell you. You go to any cell, open the formula.
Yeah.
Okay. Now select the formula and go for copying the same. Then go for escape. Go to the destination. Go to the destination cell where you want to paste it. But before pasting, hit the space bar one time and then paste.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
All right, friends. So I believe everybody is clear with our question number 3. Now we are going to move to our question number 4. So we have a prices column, people, you can notice, where we have got the data of mixed values, like mixed value in the sense we have got positive, we have got negative as well over here. So in this case, what my boss is saying, Prabhas, I don't want to see the negative values. Please get me the positive values alone in the next column. So this is what my boss is making a clear statement. So now the question is, by looking at the data, how do we know which is negative? If it is there in brackets, or if it starts with one hyphen symbol or dash symbol, this is negative. If none of them is available, it's a positive. This is how we take a call. Do you agree?
Yes, yes.
Now, if I ask you logically, please decide whether my data is positive or negative. What we do in that case, we go to each and every cell of our prices column and we check, is it greater than 0? If yes, positive. Is it greater than, is it less than 0? Yes, it is negative. So basically, we compare the value with 0. If it is more than 0, positive. If it is less than 0, negative. This is how we logically check and find the result. Do you agree with me?
Yes, Professor.
Now, the same thing my boss is expecting from me. I have to do the same job. So while doing the same job in Excel, 1 minute, please watch my screen. We'll be using a logical formula of Excel. So to do the logical calculation, we have to use the logical formula. So if is one of the logical formula. So what it demands me, logical test. So logical test purpose, I need to depend upon a cell where I have to do the test. Now, what kind of test? Is it greater than 0? So this entire setup is becoming now my logical test. So what formula is demanding? I am filling that, comma. This is asking me value if true. Now, whatever the test I am doing, if the test is success, if the result is on, so what does it mean? The prices column value, if it is more than 0, in the next column, which value we are expecting, the value we are checking. So value if true will be the same value. If it is more than 0, then comma. What is the next one? Value if false, because while Excel checking the data, Excel doesn't know whether the value is more than 0 or it is less than 0. If it is greater than 0, then the value should be there in the next column. If it is less than 0, value if false. If it is less than 0, then that value we do not want to be populated in the next column, but there should be some treatment in the next column to be given, right? 0, hyphen, nil, not available, not applicable, anything you want to write. You can write within 2 double quotation marks or 2 double inverted quotes. But here we are working with a template. So template should remain blank. So to retain the cell as a blank cell, we must define 2 double inverted quotes. But here people commits a mistake. They define 2 double inverted quotes, but they define a space in between that. That is really killing, because space, though it is not visible, but this is counted as a character. And that is going to create another problem for the rest of the formulas. So you have to be very precise whenever you are designing the formula. If you want the formula output to remain blank, 2 immediate double inverted quotes. Now bracket close. Don't give single quote twice. That is also not going to work. Now bracket close, formula is ready only for a cell, but we need to apply for rest. As we know, what is the shortcut? Anybody?
Control enter.
So we got the result. So please give it a try. Can you see that? A simple logical formula of if, how it is helping us to extract the result.
Yes.
Right. If at all any questions is there, do let me know, please, people.
Yes, got.
Okay.
in my case, I want some files. I want to do some files in automation. Can we do that?
Automation, like what kind of automation you are expecting?
Means we have a raw data.
Mm-hmm.
We are placing the raw data in that file, and it will automatically take the values for what values I need.
No, that cannot be done. You have to write a macro program for that. See, any kind of automations you want to do or end-to-end, you want to write the automation programming, then you have to write the program in the backend. That is called Excel VBA. That is the next level. So you have to write the coding like this, and that coding will be doing the job for you. Even if you don't need to open the file, the code will open the file. It will do the necessary data cleansing, data population, converting the data into pivot table or charts and graphs, anything you want. Everything can be automated. So starting from the data downloaded from SAP or ERP, turning up into a simple, beautiful dashboard, entire thing end to end can be automated. But for that, you need to be a VBA expert. Then only you can do all your necessary high level coding. So this is called backend of your Excel. This is called Excel VBA, Microsoft Visual Basic for Application. This is level 2. Now what we are discussing is level 1.
Okay, I want to learn this thing also. Can we have class on this thing?
Yes, we do have. We'll let you know. Don't worry. So first you learn Excel, then practice well, be ready. Then once you're ready, we'll go for level 2 or level 3, whatever. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay, friends. So I believe everybody is clear with this if formula, what we have suggested over here, right? Now, let us go and analyze the same situation. See, this if formula, what we have applied, this is what our experts, they do suggest us to do the job like this. But I never recommend in this juncture, I never recommend this formula. Why? Must be strange, something surprising, but yes, this is the fact. See.
Yes, because in Excel, we want to see all the values filled with the cell.
Not necessary. That is not the problem. We got the solution. See, our solution is, my boss was asking me to get the values only populated wherever it is positive. We did that. Our solution is ready. But I do not recommend this formula over here. Reason I'll tell you. If you remember the moment we started the training program, I told you about a challenge. Almost everyone in our corporate people, they face that kind of challenge. What is that? Do you remember?
That is the time.
Absolutely. File space management. We discussed one Word document, right? 8 different ways to reduce your Excel file size, right? Now, why my file size is exceeding? Why my file size is getting increased? I told you one reason. First example, unwanted columns we keep creating. We should stop that. Then one more reason, in any Excel file, remember friends, any Excel file, the more the if formula, file size will be more, because if occupies the maximum space of the formula family. So if formula should not be your first choice. If at all any other formula is not there, in the worst case only use the if formula. So I would suggest always avoid using the if formulas to get your results. So now, if this is not recommended, what is the best options we do have? How to make my formula crisp? How to reduce my formula length or character over here so that my file size will not increase? Let's see the beauty. We have got an alternative column. Let me take you through. Just 1 minute, watch my screen. We'll be using a formula called max. We know max formula. What it does, it finds out the maximum value in a range. So we are going to do the same. Number 1. So number 1, I'll be taking from the prices column. Taken. It is asking number 2. What is the number 2? Let's go and discuss. The moment we started working with our if formula, I told you logically, please find out whether the value is positive or negative. So which value we have compared with to find out my logical comparison? We compared with 0. So same thing, we are going to do it now as a number 2. So what we are doing, we are asking Excel to perform a calculation between the number and 0, which is more, please return that. So we are not discussing anything below 0 cases over here, isn't it? Job becomes very simple. Formula length becomes crispy. And solution is ready only for one cell. Need to apply for rest. Control enter. Now see the beauty. Same thing, we got the result over here. Now you tell me, being an audience, if you are watching my formula, which one you prefer to see? Option 1 or option 2?
Option 2 is the best.
So definitely that will be anybody's choice. So this is how people, you have to keep creating the formulas in Excel. You have to be alert and always try to make or keep your formula in the reduced character length. So kindly check if at all any queries, do let me know. We have done with our business math sheet, people.
Yes, I got that.
Okay, great.
I got
So here the outcome would be same, just the formula is different.
Right. The formula is also crisp. That is what we are looking at. Formula length should not be more.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so I believe everyone is clear with our business maths calculations, the basic calculations, whatever we are doing in our routine activities, how to make our job easy and what kind of improvements we should do over there. We have got a basic understanding. So now we are going to discuss the next sheet, naming called numbers challenge. So here, let me take you through the data, what we have with us. Now, suppose say I started working with a project. The project start date is there, 1st Feb 2019. 1st Feb 2019. And the project is over on 26th April 2020. So my boss is asking me, Pravas, do let me know how many days exactly you have worked on that project so that I can make a billing to the customer accordingly. So basically my boss is expecting how many business days or working days I have spent on that project. So how will I know? How will I calculate that? We have got a ready-made formula in our Excel naming called network days. So what it demands me, start date. We do have start date, comma. What is the next one? End date. We do have end date also. So two inputs we have provided inside the formula. The moment I hit enter, this gives me 321. So that is nothing but our network days over here. Check, is it working, please?
Okay, usually there is a practice of doing B minus A.
Right. So if you go for B minus A, what is going to give me? The end date minus start date. If I go for it, I'm going to get the total number of days, right? Which is inclusive of my weekends also. But technically, I have not worked in the weekend in that project, right? And if my contract is stating that how many days of exactly on the engagement side, I have to make the billing, then I have to be very specific. I have to be accurate. I cannot take this.
So this network days includes Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday?
That's a good question. Can anybody is going to answer that?
So working day?
Yeah, working day or business day. That's what we are up to. That is what we are asking. But the question is coming up whether it is taking 5 working days in a week or 6 working days in a week.
And if we have to define any thing over here, suppose if my organization is having 3 or 4 working days, for example, for subcontractors.
Right. Well, so first let me clear one thing. Network days is a globally accepted format. It always takes only Monday to Friday calculations. So
Okay.
it always takes 5 working days in a week. Now, suppose say this is what I have created. This is what I have presented to my boss. My boss is not quite happy with the answer because he told me, Prabhas, we have engaged our resources for 6 working days in that project because we had to meet the deadline. So this is wrong. Of course, he's right. This is wrong. He also objected for one more thing. He said that, Prabhas, we have never worked on the public holidays like January 26, August 15, Dasera, Diwali, Pongal, Avida Puja, anything, the local festive occasions, anything is there. Those things also, please eliminate, please exclude those things. So he is completely, absolutely right. So now the question is, if that is the scenario, then how to deal with? So we have got precisely the next example matching with all these things. See the building. Compute the business days or working days where Thursday is weekly off. So out of 7 days in a week, Thursday I am not working in that project, but rest of 6 days I am working, if that is the case. And these are the list of holidays which I have never served in that project. If that is the case, then how to compute our business days? See the beauty. In this context, network days is not going to help us. We have got a very beautiful formula naming called network days.intl. INTL stands for international. What it demands me? Start date. We do have, comma. What is the next one? End date. We do have, comma. Then it is asking me a small pop-up menu. So I need to answer based on the question, what is that day we are not working? Thursday only. So I have to select where Thursday only is written. That alone I need to select. Can you see immediately, right? It is giving me a declaration. Thursday is weekend day. And towards my left side of Thursday, it is also showing a formula number assigned to it, 15. So I can write 15 manually over here. I can double click on Thursday over here, no problem. So 15 will be embedded inside the formula. Now, comma, what is the next thing it is asking? Holidays. So now the cell where I'm writing my formula, my holidays is there towards my right side or left side. Of course, it's my right side. So I can go for the right arrow key to navigate to my first holiday of the holiday list column. Now bracket over here, Control Shift down arrow key to select the entire range. Now bracket close, formula is ready. Enter 381. So this is how we have understood when we have our own weekend parameters to set, we can always depend upon this formula called network days international.
Can you repeat again? How can you get that holiday and 15?
You have to just go for after end date. Automatically it will pop up will come.
Okay.
So you have to select Thursday only like this. And then when you double click on that, it will show you the 15 number embedded automatically in the formula. Then comma, since formula is demanding me holidays, I'm unable to click my holiday cell, right? So what I can do, I can go for simply just over here, right arrow key. So it will be giving me my first date of my holiday column and then Control Shift down arrow key, so that all the entire list of holidays will be included in the formula. Now bracket close, enter.
Yes, got it.
Yeah. So any questions, people? If it is clear, done, could you please leave me a message in the chat box? Y for yes, D for done. This will be very, very helpful to calculate someone's efficiency, productivity of, or if you have taken any machines on the rental basis, how many days exactly put to on use. Based on that, you have to make the billing. This will be very, very helpful for such kind of calculations. All right. So we are going to proceed to our next example. A very beautiful example we have right now. Let me take you through the data and put it in a story format. Now, suppose say on 11th December 2019. Yeah. Yes.
Sorry to disturb actually.
No problem.
Some of the companies are opting for 2 days weekly off, right?
Yeah.
Like BPO company.
Yes. Yes.
So in that time you can select 2 days, like let's say Saturday and Sunday.
That is what the first formula you have already. It always takes Monday to Friday only. So that alone is enough. If you are having 2 days as weekly of Saturday, Sunday, you are not working, network days is there for you.
So their holiday is not completed, right?
No, holiday we have not given. But suppose say if you consider these are the list of holidays, you can take that also in this formula.
So it can be calculated for any 5 days, right?
Yeah, Monday to Friday, not any 5 days, Monday to Friday only.
Hello, Prabhas. Sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt you.
No problem.
I'm leaving for 5 minutes for one to vaccine precaution dose.
No problem. No problem. You can please come back. Bring this and come back.
But Prabhas,
Yeah.
usually UAE, they work for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday they have off, Sunday they work.
Right. So in that case, suppose say take an example, then better go for Network Days International. So when you go for Network Days International, which is exactly matching with your requirement, you can discuss. Suppose say I have got Friday, Saturday as off. So Friday, Saturday, I can take as off this option number 7.
Then select 7, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
If my BPO is working, Saturday, Sunday, I'm not working. So I can take 1. So in one line, if you ask me, I would answer, don't take network days, always take Network Days International. So you have got all the parameters.
Right. So Network Days International has 2 days off. If I talk about subcontractors, right? So if I have subcontractors and they are working for 4 days a week, for example, so in that case, means I'm just trying to answer that.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong. So in that case, I would add the 3rd day as part of my holiday, right?
See, you have to do it separately, not here, because if you are working for 4 days, now take an example, I do not have the options to consider 4 days. So if I take 4 days, then 3 days, I have to take it as my weekends, correct? So there is no such kind of provision over here. I can take it. So if you are taking any options out of this, then you have to take which combinations you are taking 2 days and the rest one. Suppose say Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm not working completely. Take an example. So first you take Saturday and Sunday. Then from that start date and end date, whatever the dates is falling in Fridays, those dates also you have to consider as your holidays.
Right. That I got it.
Yeah.
I'm saying if we are working for 4 days, so where I have the holiday list, so 2 days are over here, and the 3rd day where my employees are not working on the 3rd day, I can add that particular date as part of my holidays, right?
Yes, that is what you have to do. That's what I told you. Suppose Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you are not working. Your employees are not working Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you have to first find out taking Saturday and Sunday as the weekend off. So total network days you'll be getting. Okay. But that is again inclusive of Friday.
Right.
So you have to make, you have to make those holiday list over here. All the Fridays also you have to include in this holidays column. So between these 2 days, whatever the Fridays turning up, those dates also you have to include in your holidays column.
Absolutely. This is what I thought.
Yes.
So we have to tweak the data and the formula as per our requirement.
Yes, that is always on. Formula is just not that ready-made. You have to take it. As long as the formula's logic is complied with, you can use anything. That's why we have got for in the previous case also, if you remember, we have used a nested formula like 1 to 3. We have used row formula to take it. So it's not mandate rule that you have to always take whatever as it is demanding. You have to give it. You can make it dynamic. You can refer to a cell also, and you can keep changing the values in the cell. All these things possible.
And sorry, I'm just asking this question. I know I'm not sure if it was on previous sheet tab. What do we? Why do we call it nested formula? Like nested.
See,
what do we
it is
understand?
it's a very simple layman. If I ask you also, what is the meaning of nest? A bird's nest, if you see how it is like a zigzag or jumbled kind. It is not a straight line, horizontal or vertical straight line. It is a diagonal section. Something will be there. So it's like you're weaving the things. So how do you weave over there? That is what nothing but nested. So within one formula, when you write multiple formula, that becomes nest. So that is called nested formulas, or in layman terms, we called it as a looping of formulas.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so we'll proceed to our next example, people. Over here, a very beautiful one. Let me take you through what we have with us. See the beauty. Suppose say on 11th December 2019, we have furnished one contract of AMC about our HP printer, and duration we fixed for 16 months. So now our duty is to find out when this contract is going to be expired so that we can take a due call, whether to renew the contract, to stop the service, or to change the vendor, or if the asset is already scrapped, there is no point of continuing with the AMC. So whatever it is, the status, we want to take a call. But for that reason, we need to find out the date of expiry. So kindly check for the first case and let me know, just check it manually and tell me what would be my date of expiry for the first case.
Around June 2020.
June 2020. Are you sure June 2020? See, 11th December 2019, after 12 months, 11th December 2020. Do you agree?
20. Oh yeah, it's 2023.
Yeah.
2021.
Right.
Correct,
so after December, 4 months. Jan, Feb, March, April. So ideally, it should be 11 April 2021. Do you agree?
Yeah.
So this is what our expiry date. For one particular case, if you want to compute manually, you can check like this and you can compute. And what we have understood, whenever there is a date related computations to be done, we have to be pinpoint accurate about that. We cannot say plus or minus 1 day will be accepted. No, those kind of things will not be accepted. You have to be very pinpoint accurate. Now, if one case it takes this much of time and we're still confused whether this is the right one or wrong, imagine the moment we open the file, there are 10,000 cases are like this. So how will you compute? Because you are the sole caretaker of all the AMC records of the entire organizations. Now, if that is the case, then it will take my whole day. Even if I spend my time of whole day, I will be able to do the job. There is no guarantee. So in this case, my friends, what you can do is, I'll tell you a very simple and best approach. See the beauty. First 1 minute, watch my screen. I will go for a simple formula equal to E date. E stands for electronic. Okay. Now what it demands me, start date. I do have start date taken, comma. What's the next one? Months. We have ready-made months also. I have taken bracket close. Formula is ready only for a cell. Need to apply for rest. Control, enter. The problem is my data is there. Answer is turning up, but it is having a different format. How will I know which format it is? So if you look at my screen, what kind of format of this data it seems? Anybody?
Number or general.
Yes, this is called general format. So how to identify that? See the beauty. I have selected my data. I go to my home tab. This shows me it is in general format. So this is the way to identify the format. Okay, we got that. But what we are expecting, a date format. So how to convert this data into date format? What we do, we go for right click, format cell, going to date, changing the format, which is really a time consuming task. I would suggest any point of time to convert any format to your date format. On your keyboard, you can go for Control, Shift, and there is a hash key you can see numerical 3. So you have to press all these three together, Control, Shift, and 3 to convert any format to date format. Now see the beauty? Are you getting the same? Of course, yes. So this is how people, even though you have got 10,000 cases, no worries. A simple formula is doing the job for you. And we have learned a keyboard shortcut. What was that? Control, Shift, and this numerical key 3, that is called hash, to convert to date format. So kindly check, is it working?
Yes.
If at all any questions, anybody, feel free to ask. This is very, very helpful whenever you are creating any kind of templates in Excel for maintaining your records about your claims, I mean insurance claims or instrumentation certificates we are maintaining, or warranty details, or contract related, or agreement related, or investment related documents, or bank guarantee related documents, anything we are maintaining, this kind of formula is going to play a great role. Yes, people, any queries, anybody?
Can you please explain how to turn it into dates?
Simple. You
I didn't get that.
Yeah, you can select this range completely. You go to your keyboard shortcut, Control, Shift, and 3. This numerical 3, the hash key symbol is there. You can see one key integrated over here.
Yeah.
So you have to press together, Control, Shift, and 3. So it will change any format to date format.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Prabhas, can you repeat again? I'm just aware.
Okay, so up to what state you were? What is the last thing you have seen? See, we have used a formula over here to find out our date of expiry for all the AMCs is naming over here E date. E stands for electronic date. And there we have taken the start date, date of AMC, comma. It is asking month for formula. So we have used month formula. Bracket close, formula is ready only for a cell, need to apply for rest. So when I go for control enter, it was giving me the data in this format. So this is called our general format of cell. So how to confirm? Going to home tab, you see, this is showing general. So those things we have to convert into date. So to convert any format to date format, you have to go for a keyboard shortcut, Control, Shift, and 3. So automatically this will take your format to your date format. So if I go and check Control Shift 3, it is taking the format to date format. So once you find out our date of expiry, people, do you think that our job is done? No, there's other risk factors still we need to assess it. What is that? 11th April 2021, the first expiry date, what you received. Is it going to fall in a weekday or weekend? We have to also identify that, because if that you don't do, then it will be timely renewal will never be happening over there. So what we need to do now, we need to find out one more column we need to create, the day. So day purpose, what we need to do is we can use a formula called text. So what text formula does, it asks me value. Value is nothing but my date of expiry, comma. This demands me now format text. We know while working with Excel, what is the date format we follow across the globe? One, DD, MMYY. The other one, MMDDYY, where D plays the role of day, M per month, Y for year. This is predefined by Microsoft Excel. We are not defining anything. So right now we are going to discuss about the day. So for that, within two double inverted quotes, you need to type 4Ds. Why 4Ds? Because to get the complete string of the day, like Sunday, SUNDAY.
Yeah.
If I go for 3Ds, what is going to happen? Only first three character of the day,
Three characters.
SUN. Is it case sensitive? No. Excel formulas are not case sensitive. You can write caps on, or you can go for drop caps also. Bracket close, formula is ready. Only for a cell, need to apply for rest. Control, enter. So as you see, first case itself is falling in Sunday over here.
I did not understand, Prabhas.
You did not understand? 11th April 2021 is going to be weekday or weekend. That is what we are going to achieve with the formula called text. So when I go for text formula, this is asking me the value. Value, we have taken the date. Then format. Format, we know how Excel format works. Either DD, MMYY or MMDDYY. That you clear? The date format of Excel. Are you clear with that?
Right.
Yeah.
So if you are clear, what is the role of D in DD, MMYY? What is the role of D?
Date.
Day. M for month, Y for year. So our requirement is we need to find out working with the format called day. So day purpose, to find out, we have to use D 4 times. This is predefined. We are not defining something of our own. This is predefined by Microsoft Excel. If I go for 4D, I'll be getting the complete string of the day, like SUNDAY. If I go for 3Ds over here, this is going to give me only first three character of the days. If I go for 2Ds, then it will be giving only the date in terms of number. That's why we have taken 4Ds. All right. So this formula will be pretty helpful whenever we have downloaded the data from SAP or ERP system. We'll be having only one column called date. Maybe purchase order date, invoice date, work order date, or date of joining of the employee. You will never find a separate column called month, year, and all those things. Sometimes we need to generate those things. So this formula will be pretty helpful on that. So let's go for finding the calculations of our day. If it is done, let's go for a hands-on practice for finding month and year also. So those who have done, please do that also, month and year.
Yes, I'm already done that.
Very good. So text formula over here within two double inverted quotes, M 4 times, and you got your month ready. So month is ready. Similarly, we need to find out the year also. So what would be the formula for a year? So we can take the same text formula within two double inverted quotes. We can write 4 times Y over there, no problem. But that is not necessary. because every time you should not go for a lengthy formula like this to get your result. We have a ready-made formula called year, which you can take it. So year, taking the serial number is nothing but my date of expiry. Now, as I told you, always try to keep your formula length minimum. So instead of lengthy text formula, we can go for a year formula. All right. So I believe this example is clear, this AMC part. Any questions, anybody? Now, if it is ready, can we go for our next example?
Yes.
Right. So we have our next example, very beautiful again. So let me take you through what we have with us. See, suppose say take an example, the moment suppose we are selling a product, we are providing a service to our client. As we know, as per our Indian GST Act, we collect some GST from our customer or from our supplier. I mean, to whom we have provided the service, from our patrons. So whatever the tax component we have collected, can we use for our personal benefits? Definitely not. It has to be paid to the government, and that too whenever we wish. We cannot pay that within the due date or the stipulated time. We have to make the payment. So this is how we work. So take an example. Suppose say we have raised one invoice on 16th June 2015. Sada, could you please keep your mic on mute? Yeah. Yeah, no problem. So now the moment we have done with this over here, the next example we are discussing over here, suppose say 16th June 2015. Please stay focused with our example. We have raised one invoice, and whatever the tax we have collected from that particular invoice from the customer, we need to pay to the government. And when we have to make the payment? By 5th of next month. So 16th June 2015, if it is the date of invoice, 5th July 2015 should be the due date. 14th December 2015, if I raise one invoice, tax is to be paid by 5th January 2016. So this is how the due dates we need to identify, so that we can make the payment on or before the due date, and we can avoid the penalty for the delayed payment charges. This is what the sole idea. All right. So how to compute those due dates over here? Yes, people? Whatever you feel good, how will you do this? So to do this kind of calculations, people spend a lot of time. And again, there is a question mark about the data accuracy. This is what the trouble. Okay. So now, how to deal with the same? I'll tell you. Think like a very layman kind of things. No need to go for some rocket science or extraordinary thought process to be developed over here. See the beauty. 16th June 2015. First, we need to know that invoice pertains to which month. Is the June. Now, June month, what is the last date of the June? Yes, people? What is the last date of June? 30th June. So once I find out, okay, June ends up with 30th, I need to add only 5 more days to that. Then only I'll be getting 5th of next month. Do you agree?
Yes.
So only problem is finding the last date of the month. That is only challenging. Why? Why it is so challenging? Because month doesn't have a standard number of days. Somewhere 28, 29, 30, 31, like that, we have those situations. That is what it is challenging. Do you agree?
Yes.
So that is what first we are going to solve. So here our experts, they will suggest you some lengthy formulas. Don't go for it. I'll tell you very precise and simple way. So first 1 minute, watch my screen. I have selected my entire cells. I have gone for a formula naming called EO month, end of month. What it does, it asks me start date. I have got start date. I have taken. Now what it asks me, months. So here we need to understand certain concept. See, when it demands me the month, as I told you, start date of which month, June, and we are looking for end of June only, right? So then we have to go for 0. If start date is of June, I am looking for next month last date. So for June, what will be the next month? July. If I'm looking for July month last date, then 1. If start date is of June, I am looking for the previous month last date. For June, what will be the previous month? May. So I should go for -1. So this is what the logic you need to apply over there called months. So since we are looking for right now for the June month result only, for this we have to go for 0, stands for current month. And when I go for control enter, can you see each and every case month wise, the last date of that month is populated. So our major problem is solved. Only thing is to bring it a accurate date, we have to go for opening the formula, add 5. So 5 is nothing but 5 number of days. And once I add it, I got the result. Can you see that? With immediate effect, we got the results. So this is how this formula will be very helpful for you. So give it a try, check it out. Is it working? So 3 things we discussed over here. 0 stands for current month, 1 for next month, and -1 for previous month.
Is it only 0, 1, -1, or next to next month if we have to check? So it will be logically to
Yeah,
zero.
that is what the logic. 1, 2, 3, you can keep on adding in positive. Or if you want to the preceding months, you can go for 1, 2, 3 minus.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes, got it.
Right. Yes, people, any other questions on this?
Hi, I'm not able to apply the formula. I don't know why. I have put in the exact details, but I'm not able to get it.
Okay, could you please share your screen so that I can see and let you know what is the problem?
Yes, we'll do that.
Yeah.
One second.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, now you can share Excel. Yes. All right. Yeah. Now, there is a problem with this formula. Click OK. Let's see. Yeah. Now, please go for escape. Go for escape. Complete escape. No, press the escape button or come out of that complete cell. Yeah, come out of that. Yeah, select all the 4 cells. The solution area. The solution area where you have to design the solution. Select all the 4 cells. Yeah, equal to. Yeah, type the formula equal to EO month. Right. Start date. So start date, you can take invoice date, that is the left side. Yeah, comma, months. You can take 0, bracket close, and you can go for control enter. Yeah. So now open the formula. Open the formula. Yeah, +5. Enter. Now the same you can apply for the rest. Right? Fine, then I'm taking the control back on the screen.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So this is what people we have understood how to write our formulas over there, and the date related most of the challenges, how to solve those problems we have seen. So now we are going to look into some timestamp related calculations over here. And if that is the case, how to deal with, we are going to discuss. So take an example. The moment we come to office at morning, suppose at 9:30 a.m. in the office, I drop into office. Okay. Now we have a biometric system most of the time in the attendance record. So we punch our finger in the time in machine, and the backend, the time is being captured like this. What is the format? So in Excel, each and every data, they are recognized by their own formats. So time system being recognized by hours, minutes, and seconds. Similarly, I am done for the day and I'm about to leave to from my office. Suppose say I again punch my finger in the time out machine, and then the time is being captured like this. Now suppose say I am a bit curious to know what is the timeline I have served for my office for the day in terms of hours, minutes, and seconds. If I want to know, then how will I know that? What we do in that case, we go for a simple logic, equal to logout time minus login time. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
So when I go for this, what happens? Sometimes it works, sometimes it fails. Why? Where it fails? Suppose somebody is turning up to office at 8:30 p.m. in the evening. He or works for the whole night, and very subsequent day 5:30 a.m. in the morning. If he leaves, then it is problematic. So what do you believe? If I am working in a 24/7 running plant, or if I'm working with a rotational shift in the organization's any point of time, do I need to maintain 3 different formulas for 3 different shift people to calculate? Is it a right option? Not at all. Excel ever recommends for that? No way. So then what to do and how will I deal with this? So here our people, they will suggest you go and change the format of the time for stamp and all those things. Don't do that. Data will be completely messed up and it will be diluted. Do not change the format. So I'll tell you a very simple and crisp way how to design the solutions. Simple, basic mathematics, nothing much. As we know, in a day, how many hours we have? 24. Do you agree?
Yeah.
So I have taken equal to 24 minus the time I have logged in plus the time I have logged out. That's it. Basic mathematics. Control enter. See the beauty. Exactly. I have got pinpoint accurate. So even though the people turns up with different shifts, I don't need to really worry about this. One simple formula is taking care about the result. This will be very, very helpful to calculate your overtime, idle time, or work breakdown time, whatever it is, you can compute in this fashion. So what is the understanding? Any activity happens within 24 hours timeline, the best way to compute the results in this fashion. Yes, people, is it clear? Any questions from anybody?
Nothing, it's clear.
Okay. Yep.
Getting this formula, can we calculate that breaks and all?
Yes, suppose you have a lunch hour of 1 hour. Take an example. So
So
in
we
bit,
have to mention it separately, right?
obviously we have to mention it separately over here.
Okay.
Or take an example over here. Suppose say I have got 1 hour time, right? So suppose somewhere I have got lunch break. So for everyone, lunch break is same. Everyone will be entitled for 1 hour. So I can maintain 100 over here. This is my standard time of break of lunch hour. So I can, while giving the formula, I can simply go for -1 hour over here, and I'll be getting the result. So here, why it is coming up value, because I have not freeze this column, this cell. So I have to freeze it because it is applicable for all the cells, right? So I have to freeze it. Now you see?
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So now we are going to discuss the next is, what if any activity exceeds 24 hours timeline? If that is the case, or more than a day, if that is the case, then how to deal with? So take an example. Suppose I am working in a plant or factory, and a tanker or lorry has come along with some goods to unload in my factory premises on 16th April 2018 at 9 a.m. It has reported to my factory gate, and my people have allowed it, and it has dispatched, or it has unloaded all the goods, and 17 April 11 a.m. it has left. Now, I am a bit curious to know, since I'm the logistic head, I would like to know how many hours this tanker has taken to unload the goods. So how will I compute that? Just manually check and let me know how many hours it has taken to unload the goods. Anybody?
26.
26 hours. Okay. Is it the call of everyone? Everyone agrees for that? 26 hours. Yes, people?
Yeah.
Right. So how to get that answer? See, if it is of one vehicle, if it is talk we are discussing, we can manually compute it and get it the accurate answer. When I open that register or the file in the security gate, I could find near about 1,000 vehicle movements happened during the month. So I need to compute the 1,000 cases in this format if it is, how to compute that. So here, again, our people will tell you different formulas. Don't go for that. It will be quite confusing. And sometimes the format, if you disturb, entire formula will be in trouble. So I would suggest very simple and precise way how to design your solution. So first, we'll be creating some ready-made columns for our calculation. That is called working columns. You can say start, date, and time. Please create it along with me. Start date and time, end date and time, and duration in hours. So 3 columns, first you make it ready. Now, once we have made it ready, first you go for start date and time. Formula equal to start date, that is A43 plus start time B43. Take those actual cell references, whatever the output, don't bother, but make sure you are taking the exact cell references. Similarly, going to end date and time is equal to end date plus end time. Again, don't bother about the output, but cell references should be adequate. Similarly, the moment I go for our duration, we know standard logic is equal to end date and time minus start date and time. And when I go for this gives me a result something like this, 1.08333 and all. But how to correlate with our answer? This is the answer we know, but here it is showing decimals. We are expecting whole numbers. That's to answer in terms of hours. So any point of time to any decimals to convert into your number of hours, you have to simple multiply. Basic mathematics, 24 hours in a day, so I'll be multiplying with 24. If I'm looking for answer in terms of hours. If I am looking for answer for minutes, we know an hour has 60 minutes. I can go and further multiply with 60. But let's confine our answer to only hours. We can complete our formula like this, and the moment I hit enter, we got the result over here. So here taken is okay, bracket here it is not closed, fine. So now it's showing 26. Right, people? So for your better understanding, I created 3 different columns, but technically 1 column alone is enough. You can do that.
Can you repeat the last part, duration?
Yep. End date and time minus start date and time. Like logout minus login time, we did the same way. End date and time minus start date and time. But this is turning up in decimals. We need to convert into hours. So any value, if you want to convert into hours, you need to multiply by 24. Because 24 hours in a day.
Okay.
Yes, got it.
Yeah. So this is how people, we have discussed our numbers challenge sheet. So the date and time computations, how to make our job easy. We are clear with that. And with this, we'll go for a short break of 10 minutes. Okay. You can have a cup of coffee or tea, have a brisk, come back soon. In my system, it is 4:37. So I consider 4:40.50 again, we are going to meet. So 4:50 p.m. we are going to resume. Any doubt, any queries, people? Okay, so we'll be back and we'll discuss. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So I believe everybody is back. Could you please respond in the chat box? Why for yes? So before break, we had discussed about our numbers challenge sheet, people. Yep. So now we are going to discuss the next sheet called data presentation. So kindly go to the sheet called data presentation, and over here we are going to discuss how to make our data informative first of all. Okay. So here, let me put the data what you have in story format so that everybody can connect with it. Suppose, say, take an example. My boss asked me, Prabhas, get me the entire revenue report. So whatever the products we have sold to our customer, month-wise Excel sheets, I would have made it. Everything I have opened, and this is the final summary. I have made it. Now, what I have prepared, no doubt, the data is ready for dispatch. But this is anybody's job. Anybody can create like this. So, do you think that my boss is going to be happy? No way. And even if I go and take these presentations to the meeting, no audience is going to be complimenting to my work. Definitely, because this is just a number I have presented. So nowadays, the audience is having a different level of expectation. And when we are presenting our data, we should ensure that it is giving more information to the people. Because presenting just the ready-made numbers doesn't make sense anymore. Okay, so here, kindly look at the data and tell me what else we can do to make it more informative, or what else we can add in this data so that when we present it to the people will be happy watching our presentation. So give me some ideas, people, whatever you feel.
Slicers.
Slicers. How this is going to help you? Slicers, for what purpose?
Graphs.
That's a good one. Entire 12 months, entire 12 months data, we can give it in a graphical format.
Comparison, like in which month it has been highest revenue.
We can just present it, which is the maximum revenue, what is the minimum revenue. So maximum and minimum we can highlight separately. That can be done. Yep. Yes, Jiju, this is current year data. There is no point of giving year again. So if you have multiple years data, then you define it. So since this is current year data only, so there is no point of giving year over here. Yeah. What else, people? Whatever you feel. We are not doing any kind of assessment. Don't worry. If it is wrong, we are here.
Graph like is it decreasing or declining or improving? Like the revenue is declining or improving. You can show the graph also.
That is what charts and graphs. We have already discussed that. So one aspect, charts we have discussed. Either it is line, column, pie, bar. So almost the same only, but we can take it. Yes. Quarter performed well. Okay, quarter is just a bucketing of data, Zijo. That is no point of comparing again month and you can say month wise we can do the comparison. Again, there is no point of doing in the quarter. So month-wise comparison, month and month growth, we can see Jan to Feb, Feb to March, March to April, that I can consider. Well, what else? All right. So thanks for the participation in the discussion. Yes, sorry.
Top and bottom months revenue.
And that is what maximum or minimum. Top and bottom, nothing but is a maximum and minimum that we discussed. Okay, no problem. So thanks for sharing your inputs and taking the participation in the discussion. Well, all these things are required. What we discussed, all these things are required. But are we presenting our data, having all this information in place? Technically, not. We don't present our data. Yes, average we can take it, Jijo. Why? When we know these things can be presented, but we never add all this information in our data and present it. Unless and until there is a mail comes from the other end in the bold format or bold letters, we never go and present our data in that format, right? Why it is like this? Can somebody tell me the reason? You are the right person, people. All are almost working in the corporates, right? Those two are who are newcomers to the industries, or they are recently joining the corporate, they have still not had the corporate flavor. That's a different story. But those who are already working, they have the options to answer. So why we do not? Yeah.
Dashboard.
More task.
Dashboard is the proper option for more efficient.
No, it's not audible properly. I'm sorry, really very sorry. Okay.
He said that he's.
Yeah. Yes, you are saying something, Pranjali?
No, somebody said dashboards right now. He was not audible.
Okay, dashboard. No, not exactly dashboard. So 2 columns, what is the dashboard is needed over here? See, dashboard is needed when you have large volume of data, you want to precise it in 1 page of report, then we can go and present it. Here, maximum 2 columns only we have. Okay, no problem. So here, first of all, I'll tell you why. I mean, despite of knowing all these things, but we never try to present all this information along with this data to make it complete. We never try that unless until there is a demand. Why? The reason is very simple, having the fear. What is the fear in the mind? The more the information I give it over the data, the more questions I am going to invite from my boss. This is the reason. Trust me. So what is the bottom line from the entire discussion is, if you want to make a difference at your workplace, if you want to stand out of the crowd people, you have to leave your comfort zone. You have to do something more. Then only people will love to see your presentation. Then only people will appreciate your work. So let's see now how to make this boring data more informative. Let's do the first thing first. In our data, you see the minimum requirement total is missing. We do not have a total. We never paid attention to that, but this is also one essential element. So keep your cursor in the total and go for Alt equal to the quick keyboard shortcut, Alt equal to. And the moment you hit enter, you got your total ready. Kindly confirm, are you getting the same total, 33,715?
Yes.
Now, total is ready. Keyboard shortcut, Alt equal to. Now, please stay focused on my screen. The data, what I have presented, my boss would be happy watching the same. Revenue data, billions, millions, lakhs, crores. My immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But when I'm presenting the same data to the management, they are not interested watching this billions, millions, or lakhs and crores. They want to see revenue, but in terms of percentage. So it is our requirement now, duty now, to create a new column stating the revenue data in percentage. So let's go and prepare one more column, revenue percentage. Now, what would be the formula? Please stay focused on my screen for a minute. Is equal to whatever the revenue for the month of Jan should be divided by the total revenue. Do you agree? So each and every month we have to divide with the total revenue, but the total revenue cell should not move down. Only our revenue column data should move down. So for that, what I need to do, I need to fix it with F4. That is also necessary, right? Now we need to get the answer in percentage. We go and apply the formula multiplying by 100, which is not necessary at all. We can complete our formula with this, and the moment I hit enter, it returns the answer in terms of decimals, but we need to present in percentage. So any format to convert into percentage on our keyboard, go for numerical 5 key. Can you see it shows a percentage key is embedded in that? So Control Shift and 5 press together. Control Shift and 5 to convert any format to percentage format. Check it out. Is it converting?
Can you repeat the whole revenue part again?
Whole revenue part. We did not do much. We got for total.
No, only the percentage. Only the percentage. Yeah.
Yeah. So the percentage is equal to the revenue column for the month of Jan divided by the total revenue, what we have created. That cell should not move down. So we have to lock it. With this, we need to complete our formula. And this is showing the information like this. We need to go and convert the same into percentage. So Control, Shift, and 5 to convert any format to percentage format. This is what we discussed.
Then how can we remove the percentage as well?
Percentage?
We don't want percentage. Then how can we remove the percentage?
Well, if you do not want the percentage, then you have to turn into 12% means 0.012. It should be coming up, right? Then you have to convert into general format. Now, if you want to convert into general format, same keyboard shortcut over here. Above to your tab key, can you see one infinitive symbol is there?
Yes.
So Control, Shift, and infinitive. This is called tilde key. Control, Shift, and tilde. If you go for it, it will be converting the format to general format. Check it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, once your format is changed to percentage, the same we can apply for the rest. So go for your fill handle button, double click, and immediately this will be applying for the whole year. And you can make a total. And is it showing 100%? Check it out. Okay. So what are the keyboard shortcuts we learned over here? The takeaway quick. Alt equal to for a quick sum. Then Control, Shift, and 5. That is called your percentage to convert any format to percentage format. I'm just repeating for you so that anything is missing, you can just check it out. Then what we did to convert any format to general format, Control, Shift, and our infinity symbol, that is our tilde symbol over here to convert to general format. Hope this is clear. Revenue percentage is ready for everyone. Any doubt, any queries?
No, nothing on my side. It's clear.
Yes, Romita, what is the status? Is it done? Pradeep, could you please tell me your status? Okay. Lucky?
It's done. Yeah, done.
Yeah. Fine then. Now, once we have done with this over here, thank you so much for your responses, people. What's next? As we discussed, we can present our data by comparing the data from month and month. So month and month comparison, we can give it like Jan to Feb, Feb to March, March to April. And this is called technically growth. So let us go and create one more column stating called growth. And when you go for the growth column, what should be the formula? Let's go and first have a discussion on the same. Okay. Like since we are starting with our Jan month, the whole business starts from the Jan month. Okay. Do we have anything to compare before January? Do you see? Before January, do you have anything?
No, we don't have.
So we cannot compare the data having simply January month records. So Jan month growth is nil technically. When you go to Feb, we have got something to compare with, isn't it? So what should be the formula? Is equal to Feb month revenue minus Jan month revenue. Do you agree with the formula?
Yes.
And the moment I hit enter, I got the result. The same I can apply for the rest. Double click on the fill handle and it is ready. So please go and create a column naming called growth. Any difficulties in understanding? Do let me know. Now,
Yes, it's done.
right. So growth in value. Maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same, but when I'm going to present the same data to the management, they are looking for the growth in terms of percentage. So we need to create one more column stating called data growth percentage. So let's go and create a column growth percentage. Now, once you create growth percentage, what would be the formula for growth percentage calculations we are going to discuss? So first 1 minute, watch my screen again, understand the concept, then next 1 minute you can try. As we have discussed in the previous column, since Jan is the first month, growth is nil. So definitely growth percentage also is supposed to be nil technically. Do you agree?
Yes.
Now, when I go to Feb, what should be the formula? Equal to whatever the growth we have computed for the month of Feb, that should be divided by the base month. So for Feb, how did you compute the growth? Which is the month you compared with?
Jan.
So we have to divide by Jan. Do you agree with the formula?
Yes.
Now the moment I hit enter, I got the answer in terms of decimals, but we need to convert into percentage. So we discussed to convert any format to
5.
yes, Control Shift 5 to convert any format to percentage format. Now the same I can apply for the rest. Double click on the fill handle and it is ready. So please confirm you got your growth percentage ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So think about it. We have got only maximum 2 columns, but this much of task is pending. So revenue percentage, growth in value, growth in percentage. We got it. All right. Now, what else we can do with regard to this? Let's have a discussion. Now, please stay focused what I'm saying. The moment I have started my business in the month of Jan, whatever the business I have made, the revenue I have generated, if suppose somebody is asking me a question, that Prabhas, what is your business for the month of Jan? So what I'll say, 3963 US dollar. This is my answer. Now, when I complete my business for the month of Feb, suppose the same question I need to answer, how much revenue you have generated? What I'll say, I will not say the Feb month revenue alone. I will just say Jan plus Feb. Similarly, when I complete the business for the month of March, Jan, Feb plus March. Like that, we'll keep on adding each and every month and we'll tell the result. What do you call that one? We call it as cumulative or accumulation of the data. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Right. The same thing we are going to prepare now. But cumulative data or accumulation of the data, these are our academical terms. We cannot use in the corporate reports. So when you use corporate reports, you should use the proper corporate jargons. And what you call that one? YTD, year to till date. So we are going to create a new column naming YTD. Okay. So YTD column, what should be the formula for the month of Jan? Let's focus first. Keep watching my screen, please, for a minute. Whatever the revenue we have generated for the month of Jan, is it going to be the same for YTD for the month of Jan? Do you agree? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But when I go to Feb equal to Jan month YTD plus Feb month current revenue, do you agree with that?
Correct.
And is it getting cumulative? So Jan plus Feb, whatever the value, is it matching with my YTD for the month of Feb? 7748? Yes. So we are in the right track. Now the same formula for the month of Feb, what you created, we need to apply for the rest. Double click on the fill handle. How to check we are in the right track? The moment we reach to the month of December, YTD, is it matching with my total revenue column?
Yes.
So we are in the right track. So kindly create a column naming called YTD. Any difficulties, do let me know.
Hi, Prabhas. I
Yeah.
just went for a quick break.
Mhm.
Could you please show the growth and the growth percentage tabs?
Yes.
Okay. So growth is nothing but is equal to, since Jan month is the first month, growth is nil. If you go to Feb is equal to Feb month, whatever the revenue minus Jan month revenue. This is called growth for the month of Feb. Now the same we have applied for the rest of the months. So this is
And
called
then
growth.
percentage will be times 100.
Yeah, this divided not by 100. This should be divided by the base month. So whatever the growth should be divided by the base month. So for Feb month growth, base is Jan. So we have to go and divide by Jan. And now we can convert into percentage, Control Shift and 5.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. Yes, friends, YTD is ready. Any confusion? Anybody?
No.
Right. Great. So YTD in the format of value, maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But when I'm presenting my data to the management, they were interested in YTD, but in terms of percentage. So we need to go and create one more column stating YTD percentage. Let's go and create. Now, what should be the formula for YTD percentage? Simple. See, as we defined, YTD value is nothing but revenue data of the same month. Okay, similarly, YTD percentage for the month of January is nothing but revenue percentage for the month of Jan. Can I take that? Like revenue value, we have taken YTD value. Revenue percentage can be taken as YTD percentage for the month of Jan. Do you agree?
Yes.
The moment I go for my Feb equal to Jan month YTD percentage plus Feb month revenue percentage. Can I take that formula? Same thing like what we did for YTD value.
Yes.
And the moment
it will be from YTD value.
Right. So when I go for this, is it being cumulative? 12 plus 11, is it getting 23%? Yes, we are in the right track. Now the same formula we need to apply for rest. And to check whether we are in the right track, when I go to the month of December, YTD percentage, is it matching with my revenue percentage column total?
Yeah.
So we are in the right track. So this is how people, we have created one more column naming called YTD percentage. Just imagine we could have completed the task only having column A and B, but this much of task is necessary. Nobody is going to demand all these things. This is inherent by nature from data itself. You should present it when it dispatch from your email box. It should have all this data. People would love to see that, and they will be giving a compliment to your work. So hope all these necessary calculations are clear. Any questions from anybody? And this is not confined to any particular department, that if I'm working with accounts, it is needed, or finance, it is needed. No, any department, wherever you are working with, this calculation is very, very essential. Now, once the data is ready, kindly select the month column. Let us little bit care for the beautification of report. So kindly select the month column as I selected. Now go to home tab. So for beautification, mostly what we do bit of coloring part, right? So coloring purpose, which option we use? We go for either font color or we go for fill color. Do you agree?
Yeah.
So this is what we believe that this is our world. But beyond this also something there, and that too even more great. I'll tell you what. There is an option called cell styles. Can you see? Cell styles. Same home tab, cell styles. And if you go for cell styles, there is a themed cell styles over here. Some beautiful high definition colors over here, kind of a color palette kind of look. And with contrast color of the font color, it is there. You can take that. And similarly, the first row, whatever I have, I will take again one more cell styles, home tab, cell styles, and I'll populate like this. So now somewhat looking better compared to the previous version of our data. Home tab, cell styles, theme cell styles, this area.
Sorry, I missed that. From where you got cell styles?
Home tab, cell styles. Okay, so we are back. Yeah, we are discussing about taking this data, cell styles, and this. Then I have gone for one more. So growth percent is missing. Okay, I have to create that. Well, home tab, cell styles. Yeah. So there's one more column missing. Let me first take it this immediately. It's called growth percentage. So growth percentage, Jan is nil, equal to this data divided by the base month. And that we need to convert into percentage. And the same I can apply for the rest. Yeah. So here we were discussing about, like, the moment we have got the data in place, then we should give a fill of a table by applying the borders. So you can select home tab, border, and you can go for all borders. Else you can go for a simple keyboard shortcut, Alt, H for home, B for border, and A for all border. So what is the keyboard shortcut? One by one, Alt, remove the finger, H for home, remove the finger, B for border, A for all border. So this is for minimum formatting or all borders applications. You can use this kind of formatting keyboard shortcut. If you're comfortable with mouse, you can do it, but I would recommend go for keyboard shortcut because this is what we are going to keep on using frequently in our routine activities for formatting purpose. So better to execute through the keyboard shortcuts. Check, is it working?
Yes.
Now, once we have the same, the second thing, what you need to do, the latest style of our data presentation. What is that? I'll tell you. Whenever you create your table, the first column should be aligned to the left. This is what the latest presentation styles people follow. And whatever the rest of the columns you have, except the first one, should be aligned center. So how to make it central alignment? Going to home, in the alignment group, there is an option called center. This is with the help of mouse, you can do it. But if you want to do with the keyboard shortcut, one by one, Alt, H for home, A for alignment, C for center. So I just typed it, Alt plus H for home, A for alignment, C for center, one by one again. This will help you to do the center alignment over there. Right? The data looks neat and clean. And since
so do I need to select the whole one, or we need to select only one tab cell or those the border?
No. That is what the first thing. If you want to apply border to the entire table, you have to select the entire table data. Then you go for application of border. But the columns to align to center, the columns which is there, except the month column. Rest of columns you have to select and you have to go for aligning center.
Okay.
Now, since we have done all these things in Excel, see the beauty of doing the same now. See, I have done all these things in Excel. I am presenting the same to my boss. My boss is quite happy and immediately he asked me, "Boss, why don't you get these things in PowerPoint?" No problem. I can copy this data. I can simply go to my PowerPoint and there I hardly need to struggle over there. Since I have done all this formatting over there in Excel, I can simply go to my PowerPoint, right click, and there is an option called picture or image. And when I go for my picture or image, now this is turned into a beautiful presentation. And when I'm trying to present it also, it will be giving a neat and clean look. See, I hardly need to struggle in PowerPoint. So this is the reason why always start presenting the things better in Excel itself. So you don't need to have a repetitive task or no need to worry about again for the formatting part. All right, people. So how to make our data informative? Is that clear? Any questions from anybody?
No.
Nothing. Nothing.
Great. So now we are going to discuss how to make our data presentable, which is below. Same data, 12 months revenue data we have. Now we are going to look into how to make it presentable. So one thing for sure, we come to know that your presentation along with your data also plays a beautiful role. So we have to always be careful about our presentation part. So don't think that, okay, why I need to do this kind of cosmetics works and all waste my time. It's not a waste of time. It's the beautification of your report is definitely essential. So let's go and do it with no time. First of all, we have got 12 months data. Fine. Keep your cursor and select your data. Okay. Over here. Now, go to Home tab. Go to our Format as Table. One option is there, exactly next to conditional formatting. And if you see, it opens up with three broad categories: light, medium, and dark. Always go for light or medium. Do not go for the dark options because the more the dark color, again, file size will be more. So take one medium category, and if you click it immediately, what it happens, it takes you to a dialog box. And just click on OK, you will be finding some ready-made formattings has been applied, like alternate rows are highlighted, your column headers are properly defined with your background fill of some colors, filter buttons are embedded, thick borders are applied in the top and bottom row. All these things changes, can you see? Home, in the styles group, format as table, and take light or medium. Able to apply, people, everybody? Now, once we have made it, suppose say this is what I have prepared. My boss is watching the data. He's quite happy the way I have prepared also. And he's giving a compliment to my work. So now you must be thinking, when boss is happy, boss is giving a compliment to my work, what is going to happen next? Yes, people? Yes, Pradeep? If boss is happy, what happens next?
Promotion.
Boss will give candy to us.
Okay.
No, another work.
Promotion, increment, elevations to the next level, that is only
But
due.
he will say he want
More improvement, suggestions.
Right.
More.
Right, exactly. So Promotion, increment, elevations you are expecting, forget about that. That is only due at the year end. Instantly, what is going to happen? The expectation level goes high and the workload increases. So you have to be prepared for that. So this is the same thing happened with me also. What happened when I created my revenue data? My boss is asking, okay, Pravas, you have given me the revenue. I want to see how much incentive we have paid to generate this much of revenue. So I have to create a column, incentive over there. So how to create an incentive column? Go and prepare this. And the moment you hit enter, can you see what is the beauty? Similar formatting is being carried forward to the next column. Yes, Jijo, you have to select the data, go to Home tab, format as table, and take light or medium, anything out of this.
Yeah.
Right. So have you ever seen while working with table, your format goes along with the table? Anybody?
No.
So this is the advantage of format as table. But in the earlier case, when you used to create the table, what we used to do to apply the similar formatting, we go to Home tab and we keep using this format painter option very rigorously. Do you agree with that? We are very good at using this.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So today it is no more required since our entire thing has been taken care by Microsoft Excel because of format as table. Now coming to the formula. Suppose say in my organization, we have a policy.
Format as table. Could you
Yeah.
please repeat?
Yeah, going to home, format as table. You can take light or medium, anything out of this. And
Right.
there is a dialog box appears. You have to click OK.
Okay.
Then,
okay, fine.
Then create a new column incentive. And the moment you hit enter, similar formatting will be carried forward to the next column.
Okay.
Right.
So we have to keep on inserting columns, right?
Absolutely. That's the
For
only
the,
thing.
for the same.
Yes.
Okay.
Now coming to incentive calculation. Now suppose say in our organization, we have a uniform policy across the globe. Whatever the billing we make, 2% we declare as an incentive. So in this case, how to compute our incentive? Simple, equal to over here, going to revenue column from the month of Jan, that is B24. If I click it, it will automatically take my cursor in this and format will be like this, like square brackets, @ symbol, revenue USD column header, everything comes automatically. You don't need to type all these things and never get disturbed about that also. This is the default format of table format. So don't be worried. Always focus with your formula. What is the formula? Multiply. How many percentage as we discussed? 2%. And the moment I hit enter, can you see the beauty? It is not only applying to a cell, but also the entire column. I no need to go for Control D, Control Enter, dragging options to use Control C, Control V to copy paste formula. Nothing is required. Can you see your speed, how it is increasing because of format as table?
Yeah.
So that is one more advantage.
Can you take?
Sorry, could you please repeat?
Hello?
Yeah. Yes, tell me, I can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, I can
Yeah, I
hear
think
you.
so. He is disconnected. Prabhas has got disconnected.
I'm disconnected. Yes, people able to hear me? My voice is reaching to you? So I have gone for equal to revenue column multiplied by 2%. And the beauty is, it is not only applying to a cell, but also the entire column over here. Now, revenue column is ready, incentive column is ready. What's next? What will be the ideally the next column? People, anybody? Should be net revenue. Let's go and compute that also. Net revenue. So immediately the next column is also ready with the similar applications of formatting. No problem. Now what should be the formula? Basic mathematics equal to revenue minus incentive. So B24 minus C24. And the moment you hit enter, this is going to apply for the whole column. So this is how we have understood that because of format as table option, data entry operation is very easy and we can save a lot of time and we no need to go for worrying about our formatting pattern. It will always be uniform across all the columns. Up to this clear, people?
How did you do this net revenue?
Simple, equal to B24 minus C24. And hit enter.
Sorry, I didn't understand this.
What exactly?
Equal to add, you have taken the header.
No, we did not take anything. See, normal formula, how you type equal to, if I go and take this cell, correct? This
Correct,
cell, when I just select it, automatically it takes this format. Square bracket, at the rate, revenue USD, it automatically takes. I'm not typing anything.
Okay.
Then minus incentive. Then again take this formatting. Square brackets, at the rate symbol, incentive column header.
So because we have taken the
table
format as table, that is the reason.
Absolutely.
That is the reason it's taking. Otherwise, in the normal way, it will just take the values.
Cell reference.
Yeah, cell reference.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. Okay.
I have one doubt.
Yeah.
How can we we don't use mouse and how to get all the we have a cell 24 in the formula. I want applying entire to till 35 without using mouse. How can we do that?
Yes, if you have got it, then you can go for selecting like this, the formula wherever you want. See, I told you about control enter first, right? If you're working with a normal table data, you can go for control enter. You can select the range like this and whatever you want to apply. Suppose I want to apply a text or I want to go for this plus this and I want to apply this over here. Now suppose I have got one over here. Now I want to apply formula over here, multiplying this over here. Take an example. What I'll do, I'll select the range. I'll go for equal to this, multiply this, control, enter.
No, not like that. We're we are using only single column. After that, how can we like drag like this? We have more columns.
No, what is that? I'm not clear. What is that you want to drag? If you have one column like this, and what is that you want to drag? Can you please show me what is the problem you have?
Yes. I want this value.
I can't see your screen. If you can share your screen. Yeah, it's getting populated. Just hold on. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I want this value for entire like some columns till here.
Not some columns, some rows.
Yeah, some rows without using mouse.
Okay. You just leave the mouse.
Okay.
Then go for selecting the same, shift down arrow key. Then control D, wherever you want.
Okay, but in means I have more than 1,000 rows.
Right.
then how can I do like this for this?
You cannot do it. It will be time taking. If you go for the keyboard shortcut, it will be time taking. Better you go for double click on the fill handle in the first cell.
Okay.
Else you have to come either towards your left or right. You have to reach to the bottom, control down arrow key. You have to take a little bit left, again control left arrow key. Again you have to come up, control shift and up arrow key, then control D. So that will be time taking. That's the reason why better you go for double click on the fill handle.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Fine then, so I'm taking the control back on the screen over here, people. And now let's go and see what else we can do over there. So the data, what we have prepared, as we discussed, what's the next thing is required? We do not have a total in the data. If you see, do you see a total anywhere in the data, people? We do not have a total. So technically, we always keep creating the things manually by typing the data manually over here. It is not required at all. See how to bring the total over here. Keeping the cursor anywhere in this table, can you see one table design or design button will be activated in your ribbon menu extreme right? Able to see? I'm highlighting. Design, table design, something will be there. If you click that, inside there is an option called total row. So total row is not selected. The checkbox is not activated. You can check. So go and activate this total row. With immediate effect, you'll be finding in the bottom phase of your data, a total row will be added. And it is showing the total only for net revenue column. If I want the revenue column total, I can keep the cursor in the total cell. Can you see one drop down button is turning up there? If you keep your cursor in the total cell of revenue column, can you see a drop down button is turning up? And this drop down button, if you click, it will show you the list of formulas. And ideally for making a total, which formula we use?
Sum.
So we can go for sum formula. And with immediate effect, you'll be finding your total will be ready. So see the beauty. Everything is there. Only thing is we need to customize according to the need. So that's what the format as table. So hope.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe everybody has got the total.
Yes.
Right. Now, once we have the total, then what's next? Keep your cursor in one of the column header and go for Control A. Keep your cursor in one of the column header of the entire table and Control A. That will be helping you to select your whole table. Then, as I told you, first thing first, always give a fill of a table by applying the borders. What is the shortcut to apply the borders we discussed? Alt H.
Alt plus H plus B plus A.
Yeah. No need to utter the plus one, just trade Alt H B A. So all borders, we got it. And I told you also the latest style. The first column should be aligned to the left. Rest of the columns you can select. And what is the ideal alignment? Should be center. Alt H A C. Once you align center, there is one more problem in our table data. You can see the headers, the incentive, net revenue, all this text are not clearly visible. And this is what happens most of the time with us. Whenever you copy your data from one Excel file or a one Excel sheet to another Excel file, it always comes like a hash kind of symbols. And what we do, we take our mouse pointer, we keep expanding the columns, double click, something like that. We do always do the exercise. Do you agree?
Yes.
So that is what today we are going to stop, because that is more time consuming task. So whenever you believe this kind of things are coming up, not to be panic, simple. Go for a operation of adjusting the column width depending upon the number of characters available in a cell. So that's called auto fit of column width. And for that, Alt O for format, C for column, A for autofit. So what's the keyboard shortcut? Alt, O, C, A. So O for format, C for column, A for autofit. Autofit of column width. Now, if you are not comfortable remembering all these keyboard shortcuts, you want to go for mouse? Yes, in home tab, format, autofit, column width. We do have an option. I believe it's working for everyone.
Yes.
Now, once we have done with this over here, one problem is still there in our data is the numbers. If you select the numbers are not there in proper number format. As I told you in Excel, all the data, they are being recognized by their own formats. So like date should be in date format, number should be in number format, time should be in time format, percentage data should be in percentage format, currency data should be in currency format. So this is predefined. So now the numbers what we have, it is not in proper number format. So what is the meaning by proper number format? Like when you have a number in place, it must contain decimal, post decimal 2 characters maximum, and before decimal there should be a comma separator value. So all these things when you have, then only it can be classified as a number, but here it is not there. So how to make it? So we don't need to go for 3 different exercises for this to comply with a number format. I'll tell you, any format, if you want to convert into number format, any point of time, Control Shift 1, Control Shift 1, and immediately, can you see all the numbers, it is turned into a number format? Like decimals is appearing, post decimal 2 characters is there, before decimal we have a comma separator. All these things are happening.
How did you do this?
Control Shift 1.
Yes, I got it.
Control Shift 1. All these 3 put together, one shot, you will be getting that.
Yes, it works.
Right. So whatever the keyboard shortcuts we have learned, let's have a quick recap. First, we learned Control Shift and tilde to convert any format to general format. Control Shift 1 for number. Control Shift 3 for date. Control Shift 5 for percentage. So far we have learned all these keyboard shortcuts to change the format. Right, friends? All clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Now, once you are presenting the data in this format and post decimal, if the data is characters is not playing any role, you can remove the same by simple going to home, decrease decimal twice, or you can go for Alt H9. So whichever it is comfortable for you, you can go for it. And our data is ready. So this is how we have understood how to make our data presentable by simply using format as table option. And these things are very, very essential, people. So this is just a beginning, but going forward, we'll be using the different format as table options and how this is going to play a role. What are the advantages in this 16 hours program we are going to discuss. And these things are prerequisite for your Power BI training. Because when you go and load your data into Power BI, each and every data should be converted into table format. Then only it will respond. All right then. So how to make our data presentable, we are clear. Now I'll tell you one more advantage of converting the data into table. See the beauty? No need to do anything. Just look at my screen, please. Follow my audio. Whenever you have a huge data set in Excel, And if I'm working in a column and I scroll down, my headers are missing. What is this last column about? I'm unable to find out, right? I need to come back. Then only I can realize, okay, oh, this is about net revenue column. Now, if I want to come over from this problem, what I do?
To freeze the headers.
Right. We always go for that freeze panes options. Yeah. In the view tab, we have got an option called freeze panes. We always keep doing in most of the data sets, right?
Yes.
So now see the beauty. Since we are working with format as table options, how it is going to give a benefit to us. We don't need to go for a freeze panes activity separately. It is inbuilt over here. See the beauty. No need to do anything. Just watch my screen for a minute. Then you can work. See, I have kept my cursor anywhere in the table. Okay. Now I am not going to use my arrow keys to move down. I'll be using the scroll bar to move down. Okay. So when I'm going to use the scroll bar, can you see my column headers? A, B, C, D is visible. Do you agree? Right?
Yeah.
Now, my table headers also visible. Now, when I go one step scroll, if I go for down, now see the beauty. What happens? Can you see? It is no more ABCD. My table headers are converted into my headers. So that's what the beauty. You don't need to go for a freeze panes option. When your data is there in table format and you go and scroll it down, don't take your arrow keys to move down, just scroll bar button to move down. Automatically, when your scroll bar headers will be missing, your column headers will be turned into your table headers.
Can you repeat again? How can you do this?
Yeah, I'm doing it on the screen only. Keeping your cursor anywhere in table, just go for scrolling it down. And when you scroll down, now can you see I have got ABCD column headers are displayed. Right. Below to that, my table headers is there. Now, if I go for one step down, can you see?
Okay.
Right. So this is called your inbuilt freeze pane options in the table format.
Oh, it's already, it's also coming from my screen also.
Yeah. So this is it about our data presentation, people, how to make our data informative, how to make it presentable. We got a clarity, right?
Yes.
Fine then. So any doubt, any queries for the day? So whatever the topics we have discussed, let's have a quick recap. Like we discussed some business messages, some formulas and functions like some product, small, large, and how to use our nested functions like row formula inside there to create some ready-made chronological numbers like 1 to 3, and not to take any kind of external columns and making your file size the reason we have discussed. Then we have discussed about some formulas like M round, multiple round, ceiling, floor, and some logical formula, how to replace with max formula, those things we have discussed. Then we discussed some date related, some challenges, formulas like network days international, e-date, text, and year formula, keyboard shortcut to convert any format to date format, Control-Shift-3. Then we have discussed a formula called EO month, how to put it logical over there. Then some timestamp computations over here we have discussed. And finally, we have gone for, if you have some boring numbers in place, how to make it informative with different statistical calculations over here. And then finally, how to make your data presentable by taking the format as table options. And we have seen various advantages. When you keep on adding the columns, you don't need to be really worried about your formatting. And whenever you go for application of formula, it will be applied for the whole table. And finally, when you're presenting the same, that how to bring the total immediately from the table design, activating the total row, and advantage of inbuilt freeze pane options also, we have explored that. So that is it from our day one side. Any doubt, any queries?
Pravas will be sharing this video, right? A recording?
Yes, you'll be getting by maximum 8 p.m.
Yeah. Suppose sometimes if we miss something.
No, that is committed. That is what it is committed. You are going to get that. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, will you be sharing the sheet that you have worked on?
Yes, You'll be getting
so that we can get a better idea if we missed something and we're not able to get it through watching the recording.
Yes, you'll be getting that too.
That too by 8 p.m.
Yes, everything.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Fine then. So let me take one interim feedback for the betterment of our next of the subsequent sessions. Anything is missing, so I'll be asking some questions you have to answer in the chat box. Can we maintain the same speed for the rest of the session? Whether the speed is okay? Yes, no?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay. Next, I know it is too early to take a call, but still I would like to just not to take a chance anything is missing, we can improve something. So content is relevant. Do you able to connect with your data, like whatever we are discussing, able to save some time? Are you getting some confidence about that?
Yes. But on my end, I'm working on some market analysis. But we are working some VLOOKUP, index, match.
That is going to come. This is just a beginning. We are in day one. Okay. That's why I told you it is too early to take a call, but for a betterment of our other sessions, I'm taking this feedback. So whatever the requirement is going to be fulfilled, and you are going to discuss all those things, all the formula functions. The day 4 when we complete, you will see where you are. But provided you should practice all these things. So
yes,
day 1, whatever we learned, I know you will be having hard time over there, or might be having some other commitment, but this is also necessary. So give at least 1 hour time before dropping into the day 2 training program. Have a quick just check whatever the things we discussed, anything is missing, practice well and be ready for day 2, because all these things we are going to discuss. I mean, we are going to repeatedly use the formatting, keyboard shortcuts, the dollar key uses, everything we are going to discuss day 2, day 3, day 4 repeatedly. So next question is, all queries are clarified? Anything is pending from my side yet to be clarified? Something, is there something like that?
No, it's all are clarified.
Okay, great. Fine then, people. So we're good to go. Kindly save all your files and we'll be getting the recordings. So please practice well and be ready for tomorrow. And I request you, please log into the meeting room before 5 or 10 minutes. If you have any query, please drop me a message in the group, our WhatsApp group, what we have created. So I would be logging in by 1:45 p.m. and I will help you to clarification of all your queries. So 2 p.m. we are going to start our day 2 session, so that effectively we can utilize the window time and we can learn maximum out of this. So for today's interruption, sorry for that, because there was unwanted issue like one malware attack, because last time it happens also. There's a big threat like that. Nowadays what is happening, people try to make money. They will just, I mean, attack your system. The malware attack will be there and they will be charging a hefty amount to give the encryption or decryption key for you. So this is the reason why I have put a software, so automatically it will go and shut down the system. So that's what happened. There was a malware attack from Tanzania. How these people are doing this?
Oh,
anyway,
Tanzania.
Yeah. So that's why I had to restart the system. So sorry for that interruption, but don't worry. We are not lagging behind anything. As per the plan, we are on the track. So we'll be completing our targets. Don't worry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. So
Thanks for the session.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you so
It's
much.
my pleasure. Yeah.